it's very popular that NA and EU both make an account on the other server because you get such good ping on the opposite region. So everyone, like almost everybody, at least in the Genshin official Discord and stuff like that. Because I used to play it, I don't now. And Azuma did just come out today though. But they, a lot of people, they play in both NA and EU.
How crazy is it that Bezos goes into space the exact same day that this beta drops?
Oh, Bezos has nothing to do with this game.
You know?
Hey, Bezos.
See you later, guys.
Or maybe they intentionally planned to release the game on the date that he went into outer space.
That's what I'm saying.
Like he might have absolutely nothing to do with it, but they're like, you know what? He's gonna go into outer space on that day. Let's release the game on that day too. And he has no clue.
It gets more Amazon hype.
Yeah, true.
So they can say New World is out of this world.
Let me tell you, first off, I hate the fact that I have Twitch Prime, so I have Prime Gaming and I have to pay for this game, which is bullshit. It should be free for me. Second, I fucking absolutely hate, I loathe Twitch Gaming now because every single goddamn day on Twitch, it pops up saying, hey, here's a fucking loot box from a game you don't own. Here's a free loot box. It's literally just advertising me all of these goddamn mobile games that I'm never gonna fucking play. And I'm paying for this shit. Like, it's bullshit, dude. It's bullshit.
Wait,
Yeah, but
you're getting mad because you're getting free stuff?
But
Free
Prime, you get
stuff. No,
but you
I'm getting
understand
free
Prime?
lottery tickets. That's what I'm getting, okay?
Prime, you get so much shit though. You get a lot of fucking. You get basically a Netflix.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
What, Amazon Prime?
So.
Yeah, Amazon Prime's great.
Yeah, you get shipping is like fucking hella fast compared to if you don't have it.
No, absolutely.
I don't know about now, but it used to be at least.
I just hate
That was
paying
really
for
good.
advertisements. That's what I'm saying.
I remember during COVID, like the peak of COVID, dude, you would like order something, it would take a week or two to get to you.
You know you
Yeah.
can disable all those advertisements, right?
Yeah. You get an ad blocker too. I don't know how my stepdad
No,
did it. He did
it's
something
notifications.
where they don't get ads.
You can
They don't get
disable
ads
them.
on the internet.
Like emails and notifications, I get it, yeah.
But yeah, there's something like my stepdad does it where if you're connected to his internet, you don't get ads for anything, even Spotify and shit like that. But I think it's just like an ad blocker or some shit. I don't know.
You can install one to your router.
He did his own thing with the router because it's like
What
in
the
the
fuck
IT
is
and all that
happening?
shit.
Why are
but-
people screaming in the chat? There's fucking
Oh, that's another reason the game's gonna excel. Voice proximity chat makes it fun as
voice
fuck.
proximity chat.
I do
What
like
the
voice
fuck?
proximity
I didn't
chat.
realize that
I
they
like-
had
that's
it. I'm like, I keep wondering why I'm
Yeah.
hearing people talking in my head, and I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck am I
Dude,
going?
And
Gets
on
it
their
right.
forums, if you go on their forums, they have a forums thing. I went on it because I was talking about how I think it would be cool, even though it might not be a need. I could just wait till prices drop and get a better graphics card, I guess. But I was like, they have a very high, and even on low, the graphics are super intense. I don't know if any of you played on low, but like everything's nuts. Like the trees still move, the fucking grass and the ground still moves. There's still particles in there. It's like a high quality graphics even on fucking low. So I was like, why not just make a very low, or maybe not a very low, but later on, like a suggestion for release, like to add shaders and things you can turn off to get a little bit extra frames for people even who do have the required and need a little bit more FPS during PvP. And like so much people, like it was crazy. I only had it up for 5 minutes and there was like over 100 likes on it. I'm like, what the fuck? There's this many people just looking at forums. But there's like there's a huge form list on everything. So if you want to report bugs and stuff, you report a bug on there, like people will see it. Like you can see how many people view it and stuff. And like there's a lot of fucking people that are just like in love with the game. I rarely see anything. The only bad I see people talking about is the common thing is they don't like the faction type deal shit where you have to go and always get chest and then you always have to get kill mobs. Like killing mobs not bad. I mean, that's in any MMO, but a lot of people really hate that they have to, go to this place that's like fucking 2 kilometers or 1 kilometer all the fucking way over there, just collect like 2 or 4 chests and then run your ass back just for this much XP. But like, the whole point is, like they even said, this is the whole testing thing on their forums. If you keep up with it on their website and you go to social and go to the forums, they're actually getting back to the community and saying, like, because another complaint too is, I don't know if you guys got to take part in PvP at all yet, or open world PvP, but a lot of people are complaining about.
Yeah, PvP was so bad. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I mean, it was great,
Everyone-
but it's just so hard to
bad.
find people
Yeah.
because
Well,
all the
no.
servers are so split up.
Well, everybody loves like the PvP mechanics and PvP, but the one thing that everybody hates about it is how easy it is for somebody to keep running and
How do you
keep
guys-
running, keep running.
Yeah,
Do you guys
can't
know how to
root anybody.
counter?
Counter the running, get better at shooting.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like that's what they announced. They said they were like nice about it. They were like, oh well, we have certain mechanics where, but the main thing that people wanted is like they want more CC things. Like say Frost Staff, they want a little freeze or something where you can CC
I
somebody
mean,
quick.
I can.
I think that would
have
be
the
cool.
Frost Gauntlet. I can do that. I
Yeah,
just gotta get
but,
ahead
like,
of them.
Okay, if you're Native American,
I
But the
say
thing is-
get good.
But the thing is, they said we understand it's in beta. They were saying like they're going to be working on a lot. They said just from the time of beta till release, they're going to focus a lot on bug fixes and optimizations and stuff like that. But like, I mean, these guys, if you think about it, they're going really fast about making the game. I know people think they're rich as fuck because they are, but they only got a 500 million budget on the game. 500 million. That's $500 million, yeah, that's a lot. But the average MMORPG, from what I've seen at least, apparently is around that. Like WoW and Final Fantasy, stuff like that. Apparently they all have around a similar budget for making games. But like, so it's not like they have infinite money. New World still has an actual set budget that they're allowed to use to make the game. And the fact that from less than a year from preview to beta, they've actually changed a lot and added a shit ton. Like, I mean, I don't
It
know.
costed $50 million to make WoW, and you think that this game is not going to excel because it has
But
500
dude,
million.
50 million 30
I
years
didn't- wait,
ago
what?
was
I
a
said
big
the
Dude,
game
difference.
is.
I want
I
you
said,
to.
wait,
Well, no,
you just twisted my words. I
I'm
said
saying-
the game is going to excel.
Or
I
it's going to
said,
excel because.
but I'm
of
saying
the
people don't
tech.
know a lot. There's a lot of people that I don't know a lot about development either. I don't know shit. But I think
just
what it
want-
is a lot of people think it's super easy. I think everybody thinks like, oh, overnight, let's just fix all the bugs of the game. A lot of people
You know
assume
that
it's
like
that easy.
Escape from Tarkov didn't even really have a budget. Like they were battle state games because they made Tarkov, or like let's say Epic Games made Fortnite, but their budget originally wasn't even that large because Fortnite was originally supposed to be PvE, and then they came out with a battle royale because the person who made battle royale games happened kind of slacked on their game.
Tarkov had a decent budget for their game. Games that aren't MMORPGs don't need that much of a budget. Like
Exactly,
even
they don't need
Genshin,
a lot,
like
but still.
it's MMORPGs that need a shit ton because they're
Well,
the
yeah,
hardest
because you
games
got to
to make.
maintain the servers.
Well, that doesn't mean that
if
this
we're all being
game
real,
needs
MMO
500
was the precursor
million.
to cryptocurrency, effectively. So,
Yeah.
I mean that unironically too.
Here's the funniest
Like I'm not even joking. WoW Gold was the OG. Well, I guess maybe not OG. It'd be more like Ultima Gold or something like that.
I mean,
But, like,
if you're talking about like buying and selling like items on the game, I'd say Diablo 3 was like
well,
like-
that was the
like,
mainstream
remember when-
way, but people were still selling accounts of whatever you had. You know, back,
right,
like,
yeah,
Ultima
yeah.
started
You
it,
buy
but
and
WoW
sell
finished
like
it, you
WoW
know?
accounts and shit like that. Yeah, no, I remember.
Well, my buddies back in the day, 2000. What was it, like 2008? They sold their accounts for like $600 respectively. Like
Yeah.
that's great shit. And I even look now. I just made a WoW classic, Burning Crusade character, and it still sells for like $600. I got to level 70, and they're like, yeah, you could probably sell it for like 700, give or take. And that's
And a lot of
that's
people-
money. You know what I mean? I did the math. It's like about $3 an hour, right? So I'm effectively what I did was I hashed the Blizzard blockchain, so to speak. And now I have money.
You
to
like
use a market
put an hour in, you put an hour in each night as like an extra part of your work, and then
Yep. And the only
yeah.
reason this game isn't like as fast as people think, too, could be like the Amazon, the people that are making this game. It's Helix Gaming. They were around before. They were like fucking around before. Amazon just hired them. They had like no experience really. Their only game they had, their only known game was a fucking, as funny as it sounds, was a shooter Xbox game, not 360. It's like the actual Xbox game. And then they were the same
Black?
people who made Crucible
Was
and
it
all
black?
that.
Is that what Dad
Let me
told
see.
you?
It was Helix
Much
game.
like a
Helix.
Jenga,
You guys remember
boy,
Black?
Capitalism falls apart regularly every like.
It was literally
I
just
think
called
so.
Black.
cycles
It was a shooter.
Where this entire thing is just.
But yeah,
crushed
Greedfall
by
sucked.
One tiny little sliver.
You're still on the Greedfall. I mean, you have to admit this game and Greedfall have very similar art direction.
Aesthetics.
Yeah.
Aesthetics, yeah, no, absolutely. They're very
Double
similar.
Helix games.
Alright, boys.
I was so disappointed.
Ooh, I got
Okay,
myself a large
it's,
salmon. Dang, that's a big
it's
fish.
called
Teach correct principles.
Soldier
time
of
I-
Fortune.
In clear and
Oh, Soldier of Fortune.
you
Wow.
know, clear
I
and
don't know what the
clear
fuck
rules.
that is. Do you
At
guys?
the time, I was like really looking forward to like a new game, like a new RPG, and I pre-ordered the fuck out of that, and I was so disappointed.
Winning in the marketplace of ideas.
Yeah, I mean,
So
they.
angry about that.
It was pretty obvious they were
Trying
trying
to
to like
fucking push this other thing. Also, the
copy
Tunnel Twins,
Dragon's
like,
Dogma and Dragon Age
It looks a little
Inquisition. You know.
off, okay, this graphic looks
Yeah.
a
They did
little
not
off.
do a
definitely.
great
What the
job.
fuck's going on? I don't know why they chose.
No,
this
they did
graphic to
terrible.
go with.
Yeah.
If you look up-
I've started the
if
game
you-
twice, and I got.
Yo,
the
guys, I need
tutorial.
some help. What should I name my character?
Greedfall.
Greedfall.
Yeah, Breedfall.
Greedfall is kind
Yeah,
of a good
Greedfall.
name. Greedfall.
If you guys look up what I put in off topic, it's Double Helix Games. They actually, like, a lot of people thought Amazon was the one developing. It's not. Amazon Games are the. I thought that too, but Amazon Games is the publisher. Double
Right.
Helix Games is the developer.
Yeah, that's how it works. Do
And
you happen
I
to know what
click on-
engine this is on? This is running?
No.
Jesus Christ.
It
Maybe
looks
I can
it
find
looks
it.
like Havoc to me, but
Okay, here we go. Games developed by Double Helix: Silent Hill, Silent Hill Homecoming, Killer Instinct, Strider, Front Mission Evolved, Battleship, G.I. Joe, and Green Lantern.
You
Rise
fucking
of the
say
Man
G.I.
Hunter.
Joe?
Maxi
Yeah.
Denkis.
G.I. Joe: The
Bartholomew.
Rise of Cobra.
Dude, this is
hell yeah, bro.
awesome.
I'm
They're
gonna go
all
see
Xbox
Snake Eyes
games,
in
I think.
theaters.
Wait, are these all Xbox games?
Okay.
Guys,
Yo, I
so
got a
make
fish-headed
giant
hammer.
snake train in town.
Yo.
Read this shit to your children.
What is
forcefully,
this?
you're doing
Oh, wait, there's more? There's fucking New World. Well, obviously. Breakaway, G.I. Joe,
Yo,
Star
guys,
Wars.
the guys who made New World made New World.
Yeah, they made
There's
Star
10
Wars.
There's 10 of us crawling in a snake train, dude.
Nice.
Wait a minute. Double Helix was the beginning of Star Wars gaming. What the fuck? They were the developers for Star Wars.
No
for
way, dude. No way.
Xbox. The original
Who's saying
Xbox.
that?
Nope.
What, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic?
It's very real.
It says Star Wars. I mean, maybe not the Star Wars Episode 3, I guess, for Xbox, like the original Xbox. The Da Vinci Code, Wrath
Da Vinci?
Unleashed.
Da Vinci?
Yeah. Mark's Echoes getting up, getting up. Dude, a lot of these games are like
Does
Xbox
someone
games.
say Da Vinci?
Strider.
Nexus. What are you doing?
Dirty Harry. What's Dirty Harry? What the fuck?
Dick in the back.
Oh, Dirty Harry's like a pervert game.
Okay, we gotta watch.
Oh my god, they made that game.
That's funny. Yeah, it's like what did they do?
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, you have to go and like try and have sex with girls or some shit like
Let
that.
me start this shit up.
Humiliation and cat and mouse type games.
Epic, based.
You're screwed.
Oh, what the fuck is this?
Based. All right, so
Have you found the snake train?
What a meme.
Young kids some really important concepts, like how the
Bro.
economy works or what our rights are. Or
I mean, they have a lot of games they've made, but it's kind of funny, you know. This is supposedly gonna be PC only. So far, they have no look apparently on their site for the FAQ. They say they don't plan on adding it to console. But I find that funny because the developers, literally, majority of the games are on Xbox.
They probably hired a bunch of new people.
Maybe, yeah, that would make sense.
I mean, it
I
might,
mean,
it
I
might
don't-
be in the name.
Like if
only.
they had a huge, like it's $500 million, right? With that kind of
Yeah.
budget.
Yeah,
You know,
for
Amazon
real.
probably just bought somebody out cheap and then hired a bunch of people, or hired a bunch of people on their payroll and then bought their own company to just kind of like, you know, because game development is kind of something that you just need to, like, they have experience developing games, right?
Yeah.
Wait, so are they wiping the servers before the final
Yeah.
release?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's
I keep
they're
asking
wiping.
because I don't want it to happen.
And even better,
Oh.
I don't know what's happening in game right now.
They're in Arch. They founded in they're in Orange County. American video game developer based in California.
So purchase your books.
You like it more now that it's in your state?
It was. Oh, I don't live there. It was acquired by. It was acquired by Amazon, and so does that mean Amazon owns it then?
Basically.
What? Yeah, no. Yeah.
It would become one of the 4 main game development divisions under Amazon Games. Oh, they have 4. I can't. I didn't see anything about the other 3. I only see fucking Double Helix. So maybe Crucible and all that was a different. I wonder if they were different developers then.
Blogger content.
Death mode? That's a cool mode.
Wait, I look up Crucible and I can't even fucking find the game because it was floppy. I don't know. I don't know. Crucible, the Amazon game. I don't fucking. I'm gonna look that up.
Oh, Crucible tanked hard.
Both are correct. I don't know why or either word.
Developer. Oh yeah. So when it flopped, they were a totally different developing team. It was Relentless Studios, also owned by Amazon Game. But it was a totally different studios that they acquired. So they're 2 different studios. Thank God. Oh, and Crucible. Did anybody play that? Apparently, it had a 5 out of 10 rating.
No, nobody.
What's Crucible?
Exactly.
It was like,
what's Crucible?
Yeah, it was nobody got the fucking chance to even see it probably, because that game went like basically it was a FPS type shit game, I guess, that released on Steam, and I think like I don't know how long it lasted, but basically it immediately went back into beta or closed or something.
Oh, what the fuck, Crucible? I remember watching. What the fuck happened to Crucible?
It's their first. So what happened is similar to what's happening in this game. So, as far as like the reason, Crucible, everyone loved the game at first, but then once, because it's literally the same repetitive shit every time and there's nothing else you can do, everybody got bored of it. And
Yeah, it happens a lot. If the gameplay loop
like
sucks, it sucks. But that's why I love Fallout 76 so much, because the gameplay loop is fucking addicting.
Help them out with some content.
Oh, somebody just said today that they were getting bored.
Oh, Crucible was discontinued. Oh, so it's no longer a fucking thing.
Yeah, probably costed a lot of money just to have the servers up. You know,
Yeah.
no one
That's
played
a
it.
Confederate.
Relentless Studios gone
game?
fire.
No, that's not a Confederate
Crucible.
flag. That's not like a finger painting of a Confederate.
It was
Yeah,
made by Relentless
water.
Studios.
You know, it's like Apex, right? When it just came out, they did like this huge marketing thing with like every character that you like felt a bit invested in what the fuck they did, right?
Yeah.
But like here, it's like I remember watching the trailer and I didn't care about anyone I saw there. So it's like I don't know. I like to be invested in shit before I try it out.
The only things I hear almost everything good about this game as far as graphics, the PvP, maybe some tweaks, the gathering system, the crafting system, shit like that. But like the only bad thing I think I hear a lot or see a lot is PvE content as far as questing. Like they're questing.
Yeah,
is what I hear a lot about.
Boring.
And then apparently another popular one is like reskinned mobs. Like people complained that the expedition boss, I guess, was the same, the Banshee or whatever. It's like the bosses are the same as a normal mob you'd see in the real world. They're just bigger, colored differently, and they have like 1 or 2 abilities that are different. So a lot of people said basically rinse and repeat, like there's too much rinse and repeat for like the questing and the mobs, I guess.
That's what I want to know.
We already
I wanna
saw
fight
the
Hogger.
fucking Jeff Bezos video yesterday. I already talked about it. So you're gonna move on early into React stuff. Let's go into family vloggers again.
I got 31
Family
potions,
vloggers,
boys.
Dude. Wait, they have
Congrats.
an animated show? Okay,
I'm
fuck me, I gotta
unstoppable.
watch
You
this
can't
now.
kill me.
Animated show that teaches kids to
I don't think I'd want to kill you.
Hollywood will never make this. So we're crowdfunding it without them.
I challenge
Here's
you
an
to
early
a
look at the
duel.
First episode. It's an animatic, which just means it's a bunch
But
of
in my
stories,
opinion, I think if this game decided to right now,
just
like
enough to get
like
you
after
an
beta,
idea
I
of
think
the
if they
story.
decide to delay it, I feel like that would be, which I don't think they will, but you never know. But if they did, I think that would be the worst idea they ever done. Like I think everybody would
They
just
won't
be
do that. There's no way. They've already. That's the thing is they've already sold. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's so many people who already
Boys,
bought the
I
game. It's
just
crazy.
killed Ever the Grand.
Oh, you get the game, you get all your money back though, even if you bought the game. You if you refund it on Steam before the 31st, to refund it on Steam. Actually, Steam it's a little different. On the 31st, when the game launches, you have 2 hours or some shit like that to play it, and then you can refund it, or 14 or a certain amount of days to have the game.
It takes
Or you can
100,000
refund it.
gold to claim this shit. Damn.
And then Amazon, like me, I went through Amazon. Amazon is completely free until the 31st. I didn't get billed. I didn't have to pay any money. You don't. It's Steam and Amazon's basically like backwards. You can refund both, but Steam you have to pay the money up front versus Amazon you don't. It's just free until the 31st, and then you can just.
What are you talking
cancel
about?
it for the pre-orders. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you did it through Amazon, it literally costed you nothing at all. And then, unless you decide to play it, of course, and then on the 31st, it will cost you if you want to actually play it on release. And Steam, if you
on Steam,
refund
I'm definitely
it,
gonna refund it. Like, I mean, this game's fun, but like, I don't know. None of my friends want to play it because they all have kids.
but another thing too is like beta. Like, even release, like, especially when it comes to MMORPGs, like, you never know. The release could be, like, not that great. And then, like, a year after release, it could be a lot different, a lot better.
Yeah.
Like, the other thing that I always, like, tell people is this game's only been in development for, like, 4 years. And actually, technically, not even that long, because they rechanged the entire game. At first, it was going to be, like, a sandbox MMO, like Albion Online kind of deal, where it was full loot PvP. You kill somebody, you got all their shit.
Right.
And then, and it was gonna be a sandbox. It wasn't gonna have any PvE content as far as questing or anything. It was just gonna have gathering. At that time, you could build your own fucking things. You could actually build your shit.
Well, no
Like,
wonder
they
it's
totally
so
changed
in
a
that
lot.
area. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. They said that they've like, you can tell PvP content. They have a shit ton of it. But like, it's obvious PvE. It's a little like, hey, what do we do here? It's like the fact that
well, like that's what, like,
it's just crafting and gathering, basically.
That's what I'm
But
kind
they
of
already
upset
said they're working on
because-
that.
Yeah, the PvP. I think if
Yeah.
they went full PvP though, like you gotta think like.
I watched
that
like
takes-
1 or 2 of your.
It completely changes the dynamic of the people people who want to play it. You know what I mean? Like there's
The only
a
reason-
fuckload of people who want to play MMOs
Yeah.
who like they don't want to clock in, right? Like they don't want to go to work effectively,
get,
right?
like, a really
And then
good
there's
one,
others who
okay?
want to sweat. They want to play and they want to fucking sweat. So
Yeah,
it's
this
like-
game is gonna have a shit ton of PvE. The only thing is, like they said in their video, if people actually watch them, is like they already said that Scott Lane said that the issue is the only reason they have so much more PvP, and they said since they already had so much PvP, what they wanted to do was focus on getting most of the PvP done. And now that they have most of the PvP done, and the only thing left really remains is balances and it's optimizations for PvP and stuff like that. They
See,
said now they can start focusing on their PvE.
Well,
And if you go to their site,
I think the PvP is going to fail though because of all of the different, like everything's sectioned off, right? Like in ESO, you can switch from server to server to server, right? And in WoW, like one of the biggest things, like there was a big upset with the Burning Crusade Classic, is because nobody could do arenas because the queues were all fucked, and they had to implement a patch that they didn't patch until way later, technically, where they could do alliance versus alliance or horde versus horde matches. And I mean, this is like
this game is gonna do that. This game is gonna do that possibly. That's why if you go to
possibly,
if you go on the icon,
that's what I'm
no,
saying.
it's not even possibly. It's gonna happen. They have it on their Twitter. It's
Right,
that
okay,
that
but it's
thing.
on
You
the
see the
roadmap.
icon where it says world clusters or whatever it says. All the worlds within that cluster are going to be merged during certain kind of PvP contents and certain things. So like basically it'll be like cross server type shit. It's on their forums as well, so they're gonna do that. And another thing is
there.
it's beta. All right. Well, no, fuck. It's beta. It's fucking beta, dude. Like beta in any game. Tell me any game in beta that had all their games
I
done.
tell you that this game's coming out in a month. All right, like I don't care. Like it's 0.99. You know what I mean? Yeah, technically it's beta. Technically it's early release. Dude, the game's coming out in a month. Like that's
Okay. And if you want to look at it this way, the average life for development in an MMORPG is 5 to 6 years. This game's only had about 4 years. So there's still 2 years of room. So for people who want to complain, oh, you had too much time, for fuck's sakes. Well, anybody who played any other MMORPGs, they had 2 years more of time. So if you really want to judge a game based off of how much time it's spent, they give it 2 more years. That's the way I look at it.
Well, but here's my thing: is that they maybe even had less time, right? Because they couldn't commit to something specific, like PvP or PvE. Because when I first started playing this game, I thought, yeah, it was going to be more like Tarkov, more like Albion, more like RuneScape. And now what I'm getting is it's way more like ESO.
I don't think it's going to be like any of the three.
There's a reason why they changed that, because unlike every other game in the fucking world, they actually listen to their community. They already said in their video, and they show the polls. Most of the people wanted it to be major PvE and PvP, so they're trying to do that for the community. That's the only reason they changed. They were never going to change originally until people that loved the game said, "Oh, I want to see this as MMORPG. Come on, do it." And it was like so popular, like everybody was saying it, and they listened to their community.
That's what I'm saying, is they need to commit. They can't just like ask and then change directions mid development, you know?
Well, that's how development works. No matter what game you're talking about, everything turns directions in some way or another, and that's what they need to do.
Well, there's a big difference between a 45-degree angle direction and a 180-degree direction. You know?
This is a given fact. If this game focused solely on PvP, it would have failed. Thrown out the garbage. Just return the whole project. No, because they were going the direction of like something like Albion Online, and look at Albion Online, failed, throw it out, garbage.
Okay,
it did not fail. It's one of the biggest games right now.
No, it is not one of. Wait, what? It's not one of the biggest. It is not one of the biggest. It's not one of the biggest at all.
Plenty of people play Black Desert Online, right?
I PvP.
Shut the fuck up.
20%. I'm glad that I can support the PvP players to make consumables and all that. You know.
People gotta understand, they think Albion Online, because they go into the server, that, oh, it's a huge game. No, it's fucking not. The reason why it's like that is because there's no servers. It's all connected to one giant server. Everybody's in the same server. So, and because of how small... Yeah, and because, it's a dead game. On Steam, it's not even on it's on the fucking 5th tab till you actually see it on popularity. And everybody knows any game that on the top 2, on the first tab alone, are pretty like low in population, even the top 2 or 3. Like it's below Warframe, and Warframe's not even that huge. Warframe's a popular game, but it's not up there with like the top 50.
I think you're lower though.
Albion's not even in, like, they only have at most. So look at this. People think Warframe's dead. Warframe has up to 60-70,000 concurrent players around all times. Albion Online only reaches not even 10,000 most of the time.
It's a good shot.
But that's still good.
It might be good, but it's not popular as far as competing with MMORPGs. It's not even in the top 50 list for MMORPGs. It's lower than Neverwinter.
I gotta tell you, you're killing my enjoyment of this game right now. I'm just gonna go listen to audiobooks.
That's what I was saying. Like, I'll tell people, like, if anybody hates the game or whatever, it's simple. You just don't play it.
I mean, it's not.
We don't hate it.
Yeah, but we're trying to enjoy the game, and then
you're
all
taking
this
people's faith
information.
away.
And
I'm not taking. Wait, I'm the guy who's actually saying that New World's gonna do well. Charm's the one who's saying that it won't. He thinks it's gonna fail.
I'm just doing a first impression here, buddy. Like, we're all literally in the same boat. And if I'm saying like there's a leak here or there, and you're trying to,
I don't think it'll last 15 years, but I think that it may last like a solid amount of time. You know, we might be able to enjoy it.
20 years.
It's definitely fun. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm playing it right now. That means it's fun. I don't play unfun games.
All right, let me be honest. Before you joined the Discord, though, like we were all before that, like way before, we were debating about weird shit. But anyways, after that, we were actually enjoying and talking about stuff, asking for help and stuff. But then you came in and you're complaining, oh, it's this kind of game, it's that game. You were like making complaints about everything.
Okay, listen.
Bro, honestly, let's just stop the he said, she said bullshit and shut the fuck up. I'm tired of it.
Y'all were talking about Summit and head clicking when I popped.
I'm trying to fucking play some damn fucking New World, alright?
That's what I'm saying. So keep it.
Yeah, but Charm, you literally just said your friends don't play it. You're refunding it, so why play it?
No, I'm refunding it because 1, I like money, and 2, it's not hooking me because it's hooking me, but like $40 hooking me. I don't know. Like that's the thing is like if a lot of people keep playing, because I love to play games where the party's at. If there's a big party, fuck right. Like I love parties, and that's why I'm
Why not
in this
laugh?
beta right now, because it's a party.
It's hard to create those parties if you already start bashing it before you create a party.
No, I'm not bashing it. I'm critiquing it. Like I'm here.
Why not
I'm
make a
enjoying
party
the game.
yourself?
I'm just trying to critique it. That's all.
Daddy made you your favorite.
It's a fun ass game.
Now, contrary to
Like,
Enjoying
Making
it.
people rage quit, man. Come on.
Because of the scathing video I made about them, but I don't have any beef with like their 1-year-old son. The kids haven't.
This game's amazing. Let it be.
I'm just tired of playing old games. I just want a new game that's fresh. You know?
It's impressive. Like I really love the fact that everything's real time. You know, and like I said, there's no selection going on. It's just here it is. Here's the game, right? Like,
You just admit fishing is boring as hell.
well, I like fishing. I just spent 10 minutes fishing.
What?
Yeah. Fishing is always boring. That's the point.
I was talking to a guy who spent 3
like
hours in
fishing
trails
IRL because you can actually eat your food rather than fucking fish
You
and
eat
use it
your
in
food
an
in
in-game fucking yeah. I'm talking about like tasty. Make it you know something you actually enjoy rather than fucking.
Do you
something
actually got your own fish, IRL?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're a freak, okay?
You're a
freak. I'm just kidding.
Freaking nature.
No, because I like to use a fishing rod, unlike you guys who go fishing at a store.
Imagine not being flagged for PvP.
I mean,
Bunch of
Second course
pussies.
is how to make money from social media.
Imagine
I
not
would
being
flag
able to
myself for
play for
PvP if I
PvP.
wasn't trying to fucking gather resources.
Okay, yes, technically you
I'm
could
like,
just
I'm
go
just so
all
on
out.
the
Are
fence for
always
this game.
out.
I feel like it's definitely going to be big for a few months, for sure. But am I going to be able to sell my account for?
See, you're talking trash again. You said you weren't.
No, I said I'm on the fence. Like this is the thing. Like, dude, look at my Steam account, buddy. I got thousands
You're talking
of thousands
trash
of
right
games.
now,
Like,
man.
I'm the gamer, bro. I'm the gamer. Like I say something great about the game and then I say a critique of it, right? Like I love.
Would you 1v1 me in
all
any
the
game of
crap.
my choice?
It's not a critique. You're saying it's gonna fail in a few months.
No,
You're
I'm
saying you're this
worried
much of
that
a
it's
gamer, I
going
wanna
to
see
fail.
you
That's
hold
what
it
I'm
up.
saying.
Don't even worry. Just let people enjoy it.
Okay, yeah.
You're basically saying this game doesn't hand a like, oh my gosh, I can't fucking remember how you say it. The game doesn't hold a candle to other games, is what I'm trying to say.
No, like, oh my god, you guys, please. Alright? I wouldn't be here currently playing the game and in the Discord if I didn't like it, right? Like,
No,
can
that's
you
right.
agree to
You
that?
could be missing out on all the
If you liked
You
it,
say
then you wouldn't be
permanently
selling it.
playing the game. You can't say you're permanently playing the game because, you know, then you wouldn't be able to sleep or eat food, you know?
Well, this is okay. Alright, anyway. I'm wondering about the
And
longevity
the
of the
water
game
that
because
people
that.
cannot find would be out of the question.
Well,
So
one of the biggest things about MMOs, right, is the longevity.
yeah,
Like, how-
talking
He's talking crap again.
I understand you. Yeah.
Right, okay, so that's all I'm doing.
After
I'm
since
questioning the
instance,
longevity of the game.
I'm heavy and I can't find nothing to kill me.
have them give you a blue check mark on there.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing light
Gonna
armor.
verify my HIBM profile.
Can somebody tell me how to use overlay on the game? Discord overlay?
I forgot there is a. One second, I'll look it up. Actually, never mind. I can't look it up. My game will crash.
I wouldn't mind playing a full dive MMO. Not
If
bad.
you go into your Discord, you can check your keybinds. It should be like shift and then the semicolon or something like that.
You know why I wouldn't mind playing a full dive MMO?
Logan Paul, or
This
not
is-
Logan
Because if I
Paul,
got into an argument with somebody, I could physically strangle
I
them.
wouldn't be surprised if you but like,
That way I didn't just have to fucking hold my patience. I could just basically cut their head off and just walk away like out of anger.
Ooh, that would be a big sell for this game if it was VR too. VR compatible.
Everybody waiting in town, no one will go outside.
No,
They could make full
virtual
dive where your
compatible.
nerves, if your nerves actually did respond the same way they do in real life but in game, they could actually make this like completely better than it is right now.
scam meta.
I feel like if that ever happened for real, it'll feel like Diablo 2. Everyone just waiting in town, scared to step out the gate.
Why are scams on YouTube? I don't know.
We Ploop,
Because like
Destiny's Cedar debate. When's that going on? Is it today? Because yeah, I'll listen to that. And also, I whispered you again. I got banned from the Voshcord again because I said that Dylan Burns TV attempted suicide. So, oops.
How do I enable the? I actually want to enable the Discord overlay too, dude.
Audiences, and it's huge. There's a huge number of audiences. Like the conversion rate is so high that it's very easy to scam.
What am I doing here?
You don't really get any sort of negative consequences. You never face negative consequences of scamming kids. And that's probably the reason. And there's not a lot of like other opportunities that would normally be available.
But I was upset that I couldn't blow it up.
If you're in legacy media, if you're like a celebrity, and you start shilling like
there it is.
Very clearly identifiable.
Yeah, we plooped. Sorry, buddy. I got banned from Voshcord. Like, and I'll totally listen to the Saint Cedar Destiny debate. That'll be pretty fun.
Get the fuck out of here.
I think. Because Destiny's a stupid idiot piece of shit who just talks about edgy shit all the fucking time.
You know what I mean? Oh, Logan Paul's version of it. What is the Maverick Club? Join the inner circle. We're serious when we say this is one of the most intimate experiences in the world. From exclusive uncut content to real life hangouts, same giveaways, limited edition Maverick clothing, buy-wide discounts for free shipping.
Nice
ton more. You know you're gonna love it.
I already did this.
And there is what's her face? So pretty, Lana Rhodes. Perks of the Maverick Club. Join Logan's private weekly Zoom calls. There's no shot he does like actually a weekly Zoom call. Join us for dinner in your city. What the fuck? How much is it? Join for exclusive videos we can't post on YouTube. Like what? Him working out? Why can't he post this video on YouTube? See you inside.
A frosted area.
What's Lana Rhodes' favorite color? I don't know.
So if I do ice pylon in the ice shower,
exclusive content like what we did with the body at the suicide forest. We couldn't put the entire thing on there, but it's. Wait,
Hey, what's up? It's me, Logan Paul. You might remember me from things such as the Impulsive podcast, maybe even Logan Paul Vlogs. What you may not remember me from is the Maverick Club, because up until this exact moment, it didn't exist. Well, you've come to the right place, because here I am, me, Logan Paul, from Logan Paul Vlogs, to tell you all about. All jokes aside, guys,
I'm thinking I should get this instead of Entomb. Because if I can just run away.
Content, people who really want to be a part of the action. I'm talking about an all-access, intimate, uncut, uncensored, behind-the-scenes, exclusive look at our lives, and a bunch of benefits, including but not limited to weekly exclusive content that we are either not allowed to
I
post
need an
on
ability.
YouTube.
Shit.
I mean, this is literally just Patreon. Like this isn't anywhere near as unethical.
I like that.
Anywhere near as unethical or bad or morally abhorrent as Jake's fucking program that literally would what do you call it? That literally was like, we're gonna teach you how to be successful YouTubers. This isn't like telling you they're gonna fucking teach you business scamming, you know? How to scam appropriately in your business. It's just basically it's $19.95 to join his club. Yeah, if you're parasocial enough to give him $20 fucking because you want a Zoom call with him, maybe. Friends, it's like it's taking advantage of people. Welcome to the fucking media, okay? Virtually everyone is selling something to you, and yes, on the internet and in many other facets, it's fucking fake friendships, okay? That's why I always yell at you and tell you I'm not your fucking friend. I am your daycare content provider. Oh. I think Ethan is calling you. No, he's not. I would see it in my Discord if he called me. He's probably calling my account manager, who I was giving him the information of. He is currently texting me though. He's calling you a dingus. Get wrecked. Oh no.
This is mine, you piece of
literally just
shit.
Patreon. More
Flag for
expensive
PvP
Patreon.
pussy.
And maybe even like more access than Patreon, but that's it.
Probably should not post on YouTube. Limited edition Maverick clothing that you might have seen in some of our videos. Free shipping on your orders. Major site-wide discounts on literally everything. And we're giving away $10,000 a month. And that's just at the beginning. By the end of this...
Okay, that shit is scumming.
I want to be giving away $100,000 a month. We're FaceTiming members every single week. Also going to be doing periodic members dinners. So either we're going to fly you out here, you're going to have dinner with us, or we're going to come to you. And some massive gifts.
You're like the guy screaming the world is ending on the side of the street? Okay, fuck you, dude. No. I'm the guy telling you the world is ending, but also, like, let's have some fun, okay? That's it. That's what I am. I'm the guy who likes to have fun. And that's what I do. I have fun here. Hold on now. Yeah. Hold on, folks. Here.
Giveaways. In fact, the first thing I'm giving away, and it actually kind of pains me a little bit to say this, is my Dodge Challenger, my yellow Dodge Challenger. It was the first car I ever bought. It's the car that I drove from Ohio to Los Angeles in. There's a lot of history there for me. It's a very special car, and I want to give it to someone who appreciates being in this club. The sweepstakes rules will be below, or somewhere. They're going to be somewhere, I think. So yeah, that's the Maverick Club. Consider you guys my friends, with benefits. All you gotta do is add the membership upon checkout, and until then, hopefully you guys join the Maverick Club. If not, I'll see you on YouTube, but also you want to join the club. My whole team is putting their heart and souls into this, and I want to thank you guys for becoming a part of this family and allowing me to continue to create and do the things I love. With that said, I'll see you somewhere, I'm sure. All right, bye.
So, basically, okay, what this is just a glorified Patreon and in an effort to make this glorified Patreon more, you know, popping off.
More popping off.
They are, they're also saying, like,
Good
you know,
words, dude.
they're basically also saying you can get $1,000 if you fucking blah, 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 if you join the club or whatever. Yes, I am going to watch Ethan talk to XQC.
With the Texas
for a little bit.
I'm a beef man. I'm a beef connoisseur.
When he actually ends up having him on.
Perfectly cut.
I'm making meats now. Smoking these meats here.
For the record, though, I don't want beef with XQC. I like it. But I'm gonna say this. I had an interesting. Look, I don't know all the dynamics and stuff. I think on Twitch people generally play nicer together, but a lot of people were like. Cross with me calling out this guy trainwreck for gambling. He still gambles, and there was, in my opinion, some attempt, some mental gymnastics going on to say, oh well, what Aiden Ross is doing is
him giving money away. Doesn't that technically make it a lottery and requires following gambling laws? I don't think so. Or maybe would that technically be considered sweepstakes? I don't know. Okay, when he gets him on, we'll have a conversation. Or not have a conversation, we'll watch him. Okay? Who's doing the mental gymnastics? He's not talking about me, dumbass. I still think fucking gambling is bad, even when Train does it. Everyone doing gambling is bad, okay? Gambling on the platform is bad. That's my take. What I was saying is, Train's situation is maybe a little bit less bad in comparison to how remarkably bad the other thing is. Okay, given Train's background personally, his own personal addiction, and also the fact that his audience is older. That's it. I don't know why people are like, you know, trying so desperately to fucking be like, this is fucking. Ethan doesn't feel this way. Ethan understands what my point of view is. Mostly because he's a complete degenerate. What's the other thing? Hasan, scanning chat for signs of intelligence, reading comeback 0.
Pussy bitch.
Anyway, hot tub streams? No, hot tub streams are not bad. I don't know why everyone's so desperate to be like hot tub streams, hot tub streams, hot tub streams. Hot tub streams are not bad, okay? In the same way that like you're not fucking promoting like a deep, horrible, dark addiction to people, okay? I don't know why the fuck people think that. Sex work is readily available and accessible on the internet everywhere you fucking go, and it doesn't have the same negative consequences of fucking developing a crippling gambling addiction. Why the fuck are people so stupid?
I was so excited to
Let's watch some fucking parent shit before we get into the Ethan stuff.
Because I guess I missed the enrollment, so I had to wait another month and a half. I still don't understand what this business model is. It seems like the whole thing is a money grab, but then they're like really selective about who they grab money. Anyway, I forgot about it for a little bit. A couple months go by. I go to check it and realize, God damn it, I missed it again. It was such a short window. They didn't advertise it at all the second time, and then the timer just reset. The whole thing is so weird, but I was determined not to let this opportunity slip by again, so I checked back every week. I made sure that we were on track. I marked my calendar.
For the record, I fully agree with Mudahar on this, who says peddling unregulated gambling sites to your streaming viewers who may or may not be underage is getting hooked them on nasty addictions, the most comeback shit I've ever seen. Why are we losing our shit over ASMR yoga when unregulated gambling is so openly peddled? Like, this take is correct. I literally said exactly this. This shit pisses me off so much. There's still motherfuckers who are like, dude, I can't believe your takes on gambling. It's like, I've literally been consistently saying that it's still fucking bad from the jump, and have unironically said exactly what Mudahar has been saying, which is like, no, you didn't. Okay, have fun. Literally at the same time that the fucking yoga shit was popping off, I was like,
calendars. I set an alarm. Nothing was gonna stop me from being there the second that timer hit 0, which, by the way,
because D lies about you all the time. He has fucking 3 people watching him. Stop mentioning him, dude. Please, fucking stop. Who cares?
Damn, H3 popping off on Twitch now.
Was on Father's Day. Sorry, Dad, I can't have dinner with you.
About the whole Gamba thing?
I need to sit at my computer.
And a lot of them are truthful. There's a lot of lies in there.
That I would
the QC.
And I asked to disprove some of the arguments, and nobody replies. They just throw me under the bus. A bunch of bullshit.
Nothing.
And don't even reply to get it.
Join. The text didn't change. It still told me I needed to follow the timer, which was now gone. How am I going to become a millionaire now? That's when you have the answer? I just got scammed out of getting scammed. I was practically on my knees begging for it, and instead of taking my money, all they did was waste my time. And you know, they say time is money, so technically they wasted both. Now, the fact that I couldn't join doesn't mean that the course itself is not a scam. I mean, I would argue that if their website isn't being updated to bring in new...
When the hot tub shit first started, the whole rant about gambling, it's so weird that everyone forgets that. Yeah, because it's like better for everyone to be like, Hasan never had the correct take that I finally arrived at. I arrived at that on my own, or when my parasocial daddy said exactly whatever the fuck Hasan was saying like 3 months ago. I arrived at that conclusion when my parasocial daddy said it, not Hasan. Hasan only has bad takes. I don't think that he has good takes. Stop lying, Law. I mean, dude, there are a million fucking examples. There are so many fucking different clips of me talking about it over and over again. Here's your rant from LSF a month ago. This is not even the first time I talked about the gambling. To be like watching their favorite celebrities that they like idolize. Sorry, bro. Your clip got only 1,000 upvotes, so it basically doesn't exist. Social relationship with like constantly and consistently fucking gambling. And it doesn't even matter if it's like 18 plus guarded. I mean, I guess like that's one immediate way of trying to stop it. But I think that like, I think that gambling is not to be fucked with. Like you will destroy your life and your family's life. Like Shadow's not to be like watching their favorite celebrities that they like idolized. And at the time, like, people were actually kind of against this. Like, there were plenty of fucking people who were like kind of anti this shit.
Anti this shit. Oh, that was not so much. Herb roasted potatoes? Fucking hell.
People were like making fun of me and shit.
What? Why would it say that I can make it but I can't? I can't has resources.
Well, Hasan, the LSF titties are more of a problem. Whenever you bring up gambling, it's always streamer not
Hello.
responsible first. But if it's a bathtub, oh my god, what if a kid sees tits?
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah, what's up, bud?
Here's a post that got 16K. Oh my god, this dude came up with facts. Is that what LSF's argument against hot tub streamers actually is, though? I always thought it was because Twitch is hypocritical about rules. Here's a post that got 16K outposts with LSF showing concern for the kids. Melena asked.
Oh, I'm on that right now. Monarch's Bluffs.
Another
Optional.
one
Use
with
your
6K
map to
outputs
fast
about
travel
kids.
to the Spirit
When I
Shrine.
told someone I IRL
Search for the
on Twitch
mysterious
for a living.
old
Another
man
one
in
with
Fisherman's
7.8K
Bend.
upvotes. On Twitter, the imagine if a 13-year-old. We're not done. Here's yet another about the kids with 3.6K upvotes. These are all in just the last fucking month, and now suddenly no one gives a fuck about the kids. Let's be honest. It isn't due to LSF having different groups. It's because
You have
LSF is full of
insufficient
hypocritical degenerates
Azoth.
who are probably sexist, will
I
defend
don't,
their
need
favorite
I don't have
doing
enough
whatever.
Azoth.
There are plenty of things that you know an adult
I
can
don't know,
do
buddy.
on camera that a 13-year-old can't. Like, I don't know why the fuck we're making that seem like.
Cheers.
You know, I don't know why that was ever considered like a good argument. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's a terrible argument. Hasan's not a role model for kids. He talks all sorts of wild shit on stream constantly. Why do we expect streamers to be role models for kids? Also, meta equals XP gambling is quite literally a handful of people, hardly a meta. Give a fucking take. Why would I give a shit about who knows who I am? Oh my god.
What do I need? Strong regeneration potion. Spine cap. Where do I get spine caps? Halibut viscera.
Yeah, hardly a meta for sure.
I need a lot. That's 15? There's no way I can get all that. What do these do?
Gambling isn't bad, LMAO. What does this take? I don't know. I don't know what the fucking take is. I don't know why people think it's not bad. I'm legitimately scary. I'm legitimately scared, dude. I am not even kidding about this. I have been worried about this since day one. I don't think it's like a good idea. I think it's like inevitably going to reach peak momentum, and then people are gonna start writing articles about it, and then you know, platforms gonna fucking clamp down harder than before.
New members, it probably doesn't bode well for the members they already do have. The Instagram is totally inactive. They've had exactly 6 posts on there every time I've checked. And that follower number has only been going down, so they're not accepting anyone new. So it's probably safe to assume that they're not keeping up with the $600 a year program that they made. Since I couldn't join the program, the only recent updates I could find were in a video by a YouTuber named Sloan, and he actually had screenshots from some of his subscribers who did sign up for the program. Lots of not so surprising details here, like the information is not even remotely valuable, the videos seem rushed, none of the live streams were ever done on time, which messed up people's schedules because they would make their plans around it. But it gets worse. Not a single active user on here has ever had a FaceTime call. Yeah, I'm sure they kept up with that. Apparently they're...
I agree it's bad, but how different is it compared to FIFA Ultimate Team Pack opening streams? Well, didn't FIFA also nerf that shit? Like, the argument that you are literally making has already been solved because FIFA recognized that it was bad, so they now show whatever is in the pack, don't they? And even then, it's not the same regardless. It's like saying like, oh, Pokemon cards. Like, okay, dude, but the difference with Pokemon cards is that, sure, that is like simulated gambling. Even loot boxes themselves are not still the same as like, oh, they show odds. Okay, never mind. Yes, it was illegal in some countries, and now they do preview packs. Okay, so they do preview packs. And regardless, like, that's still fucking bad too. I don't know why people are like, well, this bad thing exists, so why can't we do this exact other bad thing? Like, It's kind of like the argument of like, well, I can drink alcoholic beverages on fucking stream. Why can't I just fucking mainline heroin on stream? Okay? Because slots, like directly doing slots, especially on a crypto platform that is literally offshore slot gambling in order to get around US laws, is the heroin of fucking gambling, dude. I don't get it, dude. You can drink caffeine. Why can't I do heroin on stream? Why can't two wrongs make a right? I know. Here, all right, let's watch.
Who's gonna win 300K?
He's misrepresenting what I'm saying. I'm not talking about 300K.
He's not on yet? Stop linking me to fucking stream when he's not on. You do this every fucking time. I saw XQC on the stream. I saw XQC on the stream, dude. I'm gonna be the first. It's literally the same energy as like when Donald Trump is about to go live and you're like, dude, please, 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 please. I don't want to miss a single moment. I don't want to miss a single moment. I don't want to miss a single fucking moment, dude. So I only seen XC when he's yelling about you or other people. Does he hate you, or is it like a friend that gets annoyed thing? No, I mean, we're friends. But yeah, he gets fucking annoyed with my takes about gambling and shit like that. Because understandable, he's making money, and nobody wants to be, you know, shit on, and nobody wants to be called out.
US reasons. Instantly regrets it.
If gambling is doing heroin on stream, what's the equivalent of drinking or smoking on stream? Probably like fucking Pokemon packs, or literally playing
12 months.
What do you call it?
Old hen ass.
I don't know. I don't want to make a one-to-one direct comparison, because like then you're just gonna attack the fucking direct comparison that I'm making. But Pokemon packs, gotcha games, shit like that, you know what I mean? Or I don't know, the top of the hour 60-second ad break. It comes at the top of every hour. Just kidding. That's the most consistent thing you can get on the stream. So that's not even a good comparison, because it's consistently you will win. Okay, you will win consistently, especially if you subscribe with a $5 month subscription or a Twitch Prime. You will consistently win, avoiding the ad breaks at the top of the hour. So there is that. Twitch Prime is free too, so there is also that. Or you could use an ad block or a VPN. Those are not as consistent, especially ad block, but you know, VPN is good. Here's the 1 minute ad break now.
When's the debate, dude?
Why would doing heroin on stream even be immoral?
Hello?
What? Because you die? You want 13-year-old kids to fucking... What?
Yeah,
Look, I think content creators have a certain set of responsibilities. I would like content creators to hold on and maintain a certain set of responsibilities. Don't be fucking racist. Don't be sexist. Don't be transphobic. Don't be bigoted in general, okay? Don't be bigoted in general, because you don't want to promote that kind of behavior in your communities. You should always be a good example to, you know, your community that watches you, loves you, idolizes you. Okay? Heroin is an incredibly deadly drug that kills so many people. It's so addicting. It's so deadly. I don't know how to describe why that's not a good idea beyond, you know. So, and the people that make the argument against alcohol, for example, yeah, alcohol is also bad. Okay, I am no Puritan, but I understand that alcohol is also bad. The difference between alcohol, however, is that it is significantly harder to fucking, you know, get sloppy with alcohol, even though it's massively available.
13 months.
As a kid, as like a 13-year-old kid, it's a lot easier for you to, you know, get into a crypto wallet and be able to gamble online on a crypto website. Instead of, you know, going and purchasing liquor from a liquor store. Is he on now?
Dan, you said there's a space in it. I don't believe that.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
There is. Dan said
copied it from you.
He said it doesn't work. Here, I'm sending you his, Dan.
Yeah, just send him. I just feel like you're blaming the other streamers rather than
I don't think there could be a space in it. I've never seen a space in a Discord ID.
I just copy pasted it. I don't know what to tell you.
Guys,
I got a special.
Guys, you're embarrassing us. Stop.
What?
They're gonna know we're boomers, dude.
Oh, they already know that.
I just feel like you blaming the other streamers rather than Twitch for a bit hypocritical. You legit all work for a company that enslaves its other employees, bro. What? What kind of fucking take is that, dude?
Hassle.
Parents' house is going to have more value than they would if they're black. I mean, that's why it makes a difference.
Wait,
Why
1330
the
PST,
assumption
isn't that in 30 minutes?
Wealth is going to grow over the course of
Or an hour and a half?
the,
Is he like doing
those 50 years or whatever it is. It's just it's an assumption that is not borne out by the data. You just don't have the same opportunity to build assets, regardless of you know what your projected income is, because even the projected income you're talking about is you have to disaggregate it because you're not getting the clear picture.
I mean, I don't disagree with a lot of the things that you're saying.
So they are going
I think
on.
the 2007-2008 housing crisis is a really good example of a lot of like household wealth being wiped out and then being recovered in the aggregate. But when you break it down, white households recovered and a lot of black households still haven't come back from that. I don't disagree with any of that. I think that there are so many better ways, and this is actually, I guess this is kind of like the foundation of what I kind of wanted to talk about at the beginning. If we wanted to help working class communities, or even more specifically, if we wanted to help black communities, or we wanted to try to bridge the gap between white and black communities more, it feels like there are so many better ways that we could target stimulus or money to those communities. Even, I wouldn't suggest this because obviously it would be a huge political loser, but even like a black student loan debt forgiveness would be way better than what we're talking about right now, which is pumping $1 trillion into, or 1.7 I guess now, into student debt forgiveness, when so much of that is just going to white people that are already going to be earning so much more going forward, being part of the like managerial upper elite class of like 4-year degree holders in the United States.
Well, one, we're not talking about expending $1.7 trillion because the actual expenditure, I mean, a lot of that is interest, right? I mean, that's just accruing.
Is majority report not on?
Interest. I mean, it's not money that we.
Are they not on that? He's not doing it live.
I mean, and now you're getting more into like the political
Check this out.
argument of it, which I think maybe maybe more problematic. But and I think that like maybe Medicare for all would be better for black people, but it's far more expensive on a I don't have necessarily a problem with it. But I don't think this is not, it's not clear to me that in the absence of Joe Biden, let's say, by executive action saying I'm going to forgive this debt, that it's foreclosing the opportunity for anything else. I mean, I would argue that maybe on some level it could create political, momentum to actually do more. I mean, that's debatable, but I think it's debatable. At this point, I mean, I don't, the hypothetical alternative that you're talking about, I don't know what that hypothetical alternative is.
Well, I think something like income-based repayment or something like that, I think would be a way better, rather than just giving so much. It's just, when I try to
Rent
think of,
should
like,
be divisible,
like,
not
student debt
subtracted.
forgiveness,
There.
guess if you're talking about,
I
like,
just
getting rid of
solved the
interest,
entire
like,
house.
oh,
Who do you
it's
think
like-
is taking these loans? Do you think wealthy white people are?
Yeah, they could, sure.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, they could take public loans, but they're not.
All I know is that like 60% of all the student loan debt is held by white people, and it's like 25% is held by black people. Now we can fudge that and look at like household wealth to try to like
Yeah.
massage these numbers better. But if I was to give $1 trillion back
The
to
Majority
society,
Report.
I don't want 60% of that going to white.
How are they not
people.
live
They're
right now with
doing
this?
just fine because they have
Is
college.
this actually live?
No,
Am I
that's
crazy?
just so much wasted money. Like especially if you're talking about
1330
growing
PST
wealth inequality,
is
which
not
we are between
like-
college-educated people and high school-educated, and you're
That's not
growing
PST.
inequality
You know what I
between
mean?
white
Like
and black
PST
people, because the
is.
majority
Oh
of
wait,
those 60% will be
1330.
going to white people. Even
Oh
if, like,
my
there's a percentage
god!
of
I
race,
was
maybe
like.
black people getting more. Like,
Wait,
that's
no,
just-
because
I
even
think
then,
there's so
that's
many
like
better
2
ways
o'clock.
to target stimulus to those communities.
So
than
2
just giving white
plus
people
3,
who are already
right?
like in the upper echelon of
Or is it
society
1
so
o'clock?
much more
Oh my
money.
god, it's
already up
1:30.
there.
Who the fuck does army
They're
time?
anticipating that their college degree will necessarily get them there. I mean, all I can tell you is that when you know, you've got the president, the former president of the U.S. Association of Home Builders was saying even up by 3 or 4 years ago, the number one block to new housing starts was college debt. We're seeing this is a generation too that we're talking about now, but we're talking about now that you know are earning far less than people who are building these assets that you're using these numbers against. You know, baby boomers and Gen Xers. Their opportunity to build those assets is less, and you know, if you're saying this is a scarcity argument, I mean, if there's something, you know, wrong in and of itself with the policy, that's one thing. But I mean, if you're saying it's a scarcity argument, I just don't see that. I mean, like I said, like the concept that we were doing a $4.5 trillion infrastructure bill, which I think could very well happen, you know, 3 years ago, I think was sort of hard to imagine. I mean, look, let's put it this way, from a political standpoint, like, you know, how much are we collecting right now in student debt?
Like, what are the monthly or what are the yearly payments to the federal government?
Yeah, like what
It's
are we
about $70 billion, I think.
Right now, we're collecting nothing. We haven't collected any of it for over, by the time September, when this thing is up, the moratorium is up, we haven't accrued interest or collected anything in over a year and a half.
Sure.
And
Oh fuck! I gotta make a phone call.
you hear nothing about that. And so, as a political matter, I'm just not convinced that it has the salience that people says. I mean, it is. I don't think that we should do this. I'm just not convinced that there's a either or choice here. This is one of the few things that Biden will have an opportunity to do unilaterally that could have this type of impact. None of the other policies that we're talking about are something that he could do unilaterally.
Yeah,
And I don't
mean,
know. And so, you know, I'm not sure I would do it now if I was him. I think I would extend the moratorium and push it into next year after the last bite at the reconciliation apple that we have. But then you're talking about a policy that, like, he can do unilaterally, and I don't know what else could have that stimulative effect, also the help in terms of
Once again, for the millionth time, these fucking libs start talking about income rather than outcome, okay? The outcome is everybody's paying inordinate amounts for rent and housing in general. Everywhere. Fucking everywhere. All right? It's insane, the amount.
So for
Well, somebody
there's
started
a couple
harvesting
things,
that and didn't get it?
There's a couple things. So I know that there are statements from that from I don't remember his name about how student
What
loan
we
debt
need to do is have everybody go,
from,
hey, let's not pay this much. Like, but nobody wants to. Everybody flips their shit when they have to pay an extra 50 cents for a fucking burger or 25 cents for gas, right? But have to pay 300% increase in goddamn rent and housing. It's like, whoa, market. Like, nobody knows. Nobody gives a shit.
Get paid to like get a house. I remember just anecdotally, I was working at a casino at the time, and I remember that like the 401k matches were good, the cafeteria had hot food every day, there were so many different bonuses, and all of that got stripped away, and I don't remember any of it coming back when the economy started to pick back up again, because of it. Yeah, if they can take it, they can keep it. But so like I don't believe that just like giving all that money back. I think that the one that I was looking back last night, it was like for every $10,000 in student debt or whatever, there was like a 2% like blockade from getting a house. Like it might be preventing some people from buying houses a little bit sooner, but it's hard to talk about houses because so much else is going on with them. Like for instance, right now, like the price of housing is soaring ridiculously. If we compare how easy it was to get a house now versus a decade and a half ago, well, in 2005, your little brother that's like 19 years old and cuts grass can get a house because literally anybody will write him a loan to buy a house. It's really hard to make those comparisons.
Well, I think that supports my argument because I can tell you this: the price of college.
I hate to say it, but thanks, Destiny.
And the amount
Finally,
of debt, this
talking
debt
about the real
is
shit.
not something that has been a part of American life for even 25 years. This debt has grown exponentially over the past 10, 15, 20 years, tops. The price of college has gone up 4 times in 35 years.
Bruh.
That's when I went to
Am
college.
I really hearing this
I went to
right?
college
Sam
for
Cedar's more lib shit than
And
Destiny?
so
Come
the
on.
argument that you're making, this is targeted when we talk about student debt largely on that cohort of people that you're talking about. Everybody who has, graduated in the wake of the recession. So all of those problems you're talking about, you can either say it's a,
nuts.
This may not be the primary reason in which there are less housing starts. It may also be because there's less, the income trajectory has flattened too for these generation of people. But these are the people who need that type of relief, and it's targeted in that way.
Again, I don't think the income trajectory is flattened. I think it's higher than ever. I think that's one of the reasons why when we say that, like, the debt is growing more and more and more, well, that's because like 40 years ago, you didn't necessarily need a college degree to like make it in the economy. Nowadays, that requirement is becoming higher and higher and higher. So of course you're seeing the student debt growing because more people are taking out money for a degree, but that's because the net present value of those degrees has just increased over time, and it's becoming one of these.
Presume that.
People can say that they presume it, and people can cry on Reddit or whatever all they want, but people in the real world know. You know that if you only have a high school degree, if you don't have training specialty for like an electrician or a plumber, like in the trades, like you are doing.
This is all assuming jobs are what's required in order to live. This is a massive fucking neoliberal assumption. And as soon as he started, see, that's the thing. As soon as Destiny started to have the appropriate response, right? As soon as he started to go, oh, like maybe I know what's going on. Maybe I know the reason here of what's going on. He immediately breaks it.
Yeah,
Goes
there's
into
still a
fucking
disparity,
job
but that disparity
theory,
starts to
which is
shrink
fucking
when you look
stupid.
at the difference between like a
Your value is how much you can produce.
degree,
God,
and a white
Javin's
earner
paradox
with a 4-year
strikes
degree versus
again.
like a black earner with just a high school education and a white earner with a high school education. It doesn't disappear completely, but like getting a 4-year degree is one of the few ways that like black people are able to kind of catch up. Not completely, of course, but it helps.
Would you relieve all college debt by people who haven't graduated, or would you have a problem with that?
Yeah, no, I think there's a separate discussion because those people don't have any of the
God,
benefits
Sam,
of like that college
why
degree.
even
Like I think it's
entertain
fair to say,
him?
like, if you haven't graduated, then either a percentage or all of that gets forgiven because you're not reaping the rewards of it. I don't like the idea that like the top 40% income households have 60% of the debt, and the lowest income 40% of those households have 20% of the debt. That just doing like a big stimulus and giving money back to people that have college degrees is just like, these are. I feel like. So to be a little personal, I'm somebody that has always hated the middle class because before I started making money online, I was working class. And as a working class
bullshit,
person,
I was
life that you
dodging,
live,
dude.
Like actually living paycheck to paycheck versus like what a middle class person deals with, where it's like, oh no, like I've got to pay $500 a month on my student loan. It's going to take me a while. Meanwhile, I've got a nice apartment. I've got 2 cars to my family. I've got like I don't think that those are the people that need the most help in society. Like people that are getting jobs as like computer programmers and nurses and all that, I don't think they need the help. I think that this is one of the things I like the most about like how Biden has been approaching stimulus, rather than the Trump top down. It's literally like, are you poor? Are you working? Do you have a child? Is your gross income low? You're going to be the one that gets the money. And that's like the kind of stimulus that, one, has a super high like multiplicative effect when it goes through society, because these people spend money. They're not hoarding it. They're not sitting on it or just like putting it in their Vanguard account, right? And two, because these people are the ones where it's like I can tell you, like $1,000 to me as a carpet cleaner means infinitely more than $1,000 to a guy that just took his bar exam. I don't care if he's black, white, Hispanic, or whatever. Like that money is just so much more valuable going into working with those people. And if you have that degree, it's as good as gold. It really is so important. I know we like to mean that it's
Good
not.
Lord.
But we can look at a
It's
million
just like,
different stats.
yeah,
You'll never, ever find a
yeah.
stat that shows
God
that you're
damn,
gonna
I
be worse off getting a
love.
college degree than not. The earnings of
I
high
love
school
college
workers
so
are lower
much.
and lower and lower,
Oh,
and
college is so
productivity
worth
is
it.
not
Knowledge,
growing,
knowledge,
it's not
knowledge.
growing,
Consume,
and the
consume,
earnings
consume.
of
Create,
anybody
create,
that
create.
is
Produce,
higher,
produce,
higher,
produce.
higher and higher and higher, and it's becoming
Or
more of a
maybe
has or
don't.
has nots when you look at
Hot
like who has
take,
a
I
degree and
know.
who doesn't.
I mean,
Hot fucking take.
Like again, we're getting back to an issue of you know, what's the alternative. It's not. I just don't see a situation where somebody is saying that Joe Biden does not have the ability to send that carpet, you know, the pipe fitter, the carpet, cutter, $1,000 as opposed to this. I
uncommon,
I don't
baby.
accept the
Alright.
premise that this is an either-or situation, because I don't see what the alternative is in terms of what he can unilaterally do. You could argue from a
Sick.
political standpoint, you know, and again, I think there's probably maybe a slightly better argument there. Although I'm not convinced that the salience, or even that you know, who would be making it on the other side, that if Joe Biden wasn't to unilaterally do this, then the Republican Party would sign off on legislation that would send $1,000 to those people. But also, again, this study, it's not comparing people within this. It is looking at
Look at the household wealth.
disparities.
Who cares? Student loans are
But
going to
dude,
solve the wealth
if
disparity.
If you're working class and your parents are millionaires, just to make it, you know, really explicit, you're in good shape. Your need to build assets is less because you're going to have a retirement. It's going to come from your parents when they die. Your need to worry about taking care of your parents when they start to get ill, when they have Alzheimer's, when they have high blood pressure, when they need to take medication, and to help them out, to make sure that they can pay rent at one point.
I need to skin
is
them for
far
a Shark
less.
Tank? Damn.
That's an
Fucked that up,
extreme
didn't I?
example, but that is the dynamic that's at play here, and that's why, you know, I think it's legitimate to look at the question of progressivity
I think
as something like this.
We talk about like
with-
parents dying though. This
well,
is like your parents dying that's a later life thing. My
It's
heart
an
goes out to
inevitable
you.
thing
It's like
that happens
parents
to
dying
literally
at
everybody,
22.
you jag.
That's like you're in a way different situation. Like parents dying. That's something
Destiny,
that
what are
should
you, a
come
fucking
on. Ideally,
mongoloid?
when you're in your late 30s, maybe 40s, maybe 50s. Like if your parents are dying when you're like 22 years old and you have to give like student loan money.
That happens
I
all
think
the
that's
time,
that's
dude.
a little bit of a separate argument.
It's called your parents or your grandparents, or your grandparents or your parents. Or your parents are just fucking old as
If you're
shit.
20 years old and you know that your parents are millionaires, you don't have to worry about building assets. You can spend every dollar that comes in. You don't have to put it into a 401k. You don't have to save it for retirement. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about putting money aside in case they need it because they need support. You don't have to worry about providing money for them because they just don't make enough because they didn't go to college. It's a different dynamic. I mean, I'm not, if there was an argument that there's two options on the table, one that would give $1,000 to, or even let's say,
Just
Medicare
focus on
for
running
all
to the
or
next
college
place
debt
instead of
payment,
doing
probably
shit
go for
along the way
Medicare
so I
for
can
all.
fucking get ganked.
The dollar figures that we're talking about are far less. When we talk about forgiving student debt, and again, this is also money that the government has lent, and it's not even. I just don't see the either or option here. I mean, if wealth, you don't perceive wealth as having an impact on someone's future life or current life, and intergenerational wealth, then I can understand on some level why you perceive it that way. But in terms of like real living life, to have, I mean, look, when I was 20 or 23, I was making, you know, $9,000 a year, and I was eating, you know, exclusively Chinese food because I'm working at a Chinese restaurant. But to be honest, I wasn't terribly worried about my future in the way that, you know, maybe someone else working there would have been, because I'm like, you know what, I can take chances because my dad's a lawyer. He's, you know, and worst case scenario, I can move home. You know what I mean? Like, that impacts your decisions. The wealth that existed within the context of my family provided me freedom and the ability to risk, and a sense of like, at the end of my life, if I haven't been able to accumulate assets, then I'll be okay. And also, I'm not gonna have to worry about like, you know, paying for them. They're gonna be fine.
Mike's a little bit loud there, bud.
Point in their age. So.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on like, because like, wealth is something that if you have so many years
Your
to
mic is
acquire,
pretty
can
loud.
grow so much larger. And like, who do you think
Oh
is gonna
shit!
have
Can
more
you hear
trouble
like my
providing
fan?
for their parents?
If you can put that money into assets.
Yeah, a little bit.
But the problem is that like people have
thing
a
in the
really
settings
hard
if
time,
you can
especially
turn it
young
up.
people,
Yeah,
understanding like.
I just have my gain all the way down, so that's
like
crazy.
to go back to the Bernie Sanders thing, like people say, oh, Bernie Sanders is a million, he's got $1 million. Having $1 million when you're 80 is way different than having $1 million when you're 25.
Let me go ahead and switch
you know,
that
like,
up.
Who's gonna like who is
You're good
who
now.
has who is wealthier, right? When we have, say, you just got a
Background,
guy
I think your
who's
mic was
working a normal
adjusted
job,
to it,
30,
but now your
35 years
voice
old,
is
his
taking
parents
over.
have $500,000 in the bank
Okay.
versus a guy that just graduated.
Well, yeah, I mean,
as a
that's only
doctor
'cause I'm leaning
whose,
forward,
Parents
so.
are broke. Well, who's going to have like more trouble taking care of their parents, right? The doctor guy, yeah, he's going to take a hit in the beginning, but the NPV, the net present value of that degree, those future earnings are
I'll still
huge.
turn down
He might
the
be screwed right
sensitivity a
there.
little
If his
bit.
parents get in a catastrophic car accident, he's 28, he's doing residency. Yeah, maybe that guy will be screwed for a little bit. That
Damn,
one,
dude,
that
you're
one
out
example,
there.
no, because it'd just be funeral that one, right? But like generally speaking,
Yeah,
the guy that's graduating
I'll
as a
run back to you.
doctor or
Are
as
you-
a lawyer,
it was
as
it
a
by
working
First
Amazon,
Light?
Google, Facebook, it doesn't matter if the other guy that's working at a lawn
It's
service.
you should see my ping by the Hilltop encampment. There's a big group.
That doctor or that lawyer
I don't
or
know if
that,
they're
that
still there.
managerial class person, he's going to outpace the other dude in a decade, and he's
Yeah,
going to blow
I'll
him
run
away,
there.
and then his kids are going to be better off for it, and every part of his family and life is going to be better off for it.
But your presumption is that person.
If we get back there and they're not there, I guess I'll just use my in and go north, because that's I think there's like a lot of PvP quests north.
Associated with that. And also the family wealth. I mean, that's the illustration of Bernie Sanders at that age, having accumulated that money when he's 80, versus the person whose parents, when they go to college, have that kind of money is the point. And so, you know, when that person goes out and they
God, I'm listening to the Sam Cedar Destiny debate, and it just
their
sounds like a
parents are gonna
massive
help out
liberal circle
with-
jerk. It's so
Parents are
bad.
going to help out. What they've already helped out, maybe a
To
little
call
bit.
to call it a debate is very
But
very
we also know,
loose,
like, okay,
loose term,
you know,
I'd
my
say.
kids, you know, preschool. Well, we'll pay for your kids' preschool. We'll help you out with that, and you can put some money away. I mean, that's the dynamic. That is the implications of having this intergenerational wealth. Is you have help, you have subsidies that are there as you're getting older.
Yeah, anything
And
with
if
destiny in
the
it
absence
is-
of that, again, those dollars have to do more.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same concept.
Say
of
no
almost like
more.
Of being poor is more expensive than being rich, because you have the ability to deploy your money in such a way that is more efficient when you're wealthy, because you have more control over it. You have more flexibility. It's same dynamic.
I mean, like, I understand everything you're saying, but I think that in a heartbeat, somebody with wealthy parents and poor parents and somebody that has a really good degree versus a high school education, I think you would trade out your wealthy parents for a better degree every single time, unless your parents are absolutely loaded.
Well, then why wouldn't you go get that degree?
Well, that's what people that go to school do, right?
No,
but
but I'm
this
saying-
is like that's actually That's actually a whole other different kind of problem too. Is that something that we've seen in other areas? So in the UK, when you look at education, when you make education free or discounted, sometimes that helps like people that are already doing pretty well even more, because it's not a matter of like the cost of going to school, it's the opportunity cost of not staying home and helping with family and doing that stuff as well. So you get like, you make like, say, I'm not against free college, but say you like make college free, the people that can take advantage of that are the people that can just have a 4-year break in their life, go do that, their family is fine, whereas people that are like working poor, that have to work,
Wish you could just teleport
they can't
to me.
take advantage of that free college. They actually need like a
Right.
subsidy. They need to get like
I could have fast traveled to First Light, but I feel like it's the same distance.
Yeah, I think.
Well, fast traveling is
But
like, doesn't
I
that
mean,
cost
that's
that
consistent
Alvary
with
or
what I'm saying.
whatever?
Like you just said that if you were maybe I
I'm maxed
misheard
out
you,
on it, but
you
yeah,
said
it
that
does.
I would rather be a guy with poor parents and get the degree than rich parents and not get the degree. But if you have rich parents, you have the ability to get the degree. You don't even need to take a loan. That's
We
the
keep
point.
saying that, but the reality is that 60% of the debt is held by the top 40% of like earners.
No, but they're not earners yet.
But they will be. That's why you get the degree. Unless I mean, there's a separate conversation. Do we think that the degrees are like they're not actually going to make money, or because this is an argument that I hear a lot too. A lot of people seem to be, and a lot of these arguments. I'm not saying you're doing this, but it feels like a lot of the arguments are people saying like, well, these degrees are ultimately worthless.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, they might be
think that
between
there's-
you and
I
me,
think there's
actually,
enough data to
'cause
show at
they're
least
not here anymore.
up until this time that the degree, does help you for most people. It doesn't help in the same way for black people as it does for white people.
Do you know how many there are?
It looked like there were 3. I was running away from them pretty
The
hard.
income is just simply not as worth as much.
They killed me pretty
if you have
quickly.
more claims to that money, right? Like you've got to look at like wealth to debt ratio to get an assessment of what your real lived experience is.
That's not. We don't even evaluate loans like that, like wealth to debt. You always look at income to debt, right? Like you're not just looking at like, unless you're literally getting a secured
no,
loan
if you
on
get
your.
a mortgage, they're going to look at your wealth too.
They're gonna look at your income.
No, they're going to look at your wealth, and I can assure you, they're going to look at your wealth and your liabilities, your assets, and your income.
Well, okay. I promise you that they're going to look at your income. They might look at
No,
some level
I
of wealth, but
agree.
like that
they look
income
at
is going to
every-
be the deciding factor, right? If you have really high wealth and no income, you're not going to get a mortgage. But they're going to make you pay cash for it or put down a huge down payment on it, like 50%. But if you have like really high income and not as much wealth built yet, especially if you're younger, they'll write you the loan. If you've got like a consistent income, you can show over like 3 or 4 or 5 years. Income is absolutely the biggest factor.
Well, income might be a bigger factor in terms of getting a loan from work, but they certainly do look at wealth, of course. I mean, that plays into it significantly. If you have no money in your bank, I can assure you that you're not going to get that loan.
Do you have any idea with the hatchet? Can you use a shield, or do you know?
I'm all magic,
But-
so I have no idea.
But nevertheless,
Oh,
wealth
okay.
to debt is it seems to me, a better assessment of like
Yeah, I
of
still have 5
what
intelligence,
your
which is
real
the lowest it
lived
can go.
experience is. But I mean, look, if at the very least, I think that if it comes down to what is a better measure to progressivity, it's just a matter, I guess, of disposition on some level. I don't know if there is a right or wrong answer on that from a data perspective. It's just really just an experiential one.
If it was possible to like flip a switch, I don't know if the Department of Education do that. I don't know if Biden's control. But like, for me, like I think having like income-based repayment or income-driven repayment
Mr. Dilly
feels
Dilly.
like the obvious like best way. That if you come out of school and you're not making that much money, then your repayments are going to be structured. I think Australia, I think the UK does. I think a lot of countries do this, where as you earn more, then you start to pay back more if you need to. Rather than just everybody is saddled with like a blanket debt. Would you be in favor of like that kind of like program if that was something that was like made the default instead of an opt-in in the U.S.?
I mean, I would prefer debt relief. I think that would do, because I think with the income-based repayment, again, we're ignoring where people sit in the only issue for people is not just their income. It is the other assets that they have available to them, either ones they can anticipate in the future or ones that they have now, right? I mean, like, my pension is not something I have now. I don't have access to it. I can't access it until I'm 65, but it does provide me with a material benefit now, which is that I know
They
I'm
were
gonna- I don't
Marauders,
have to
by the
save-
way.
I only have to save X amount
Not
of
sure
dollars.
where they went
And
now.
So, you know,
Since you
I
didn't
think,
find 'em.
I think the problem with
Yeah, I'm not sure.
income-based repayment,
I might go.
it's
This
better
other guy
than-
said he needed help in like Articus or something. I don't know where that is,
payment structures that
but I'll
we
try
have
to find
now,
it.
but it is less desirable, it seems to me.
Alright,
than-
just
than
message in
debt
there if you
forgiveness
find him again.
on
Yeah, I
this-
will. I can't
this
forget
drag-
Mr. Dilly Dilly.
Both drag on our economy
Alright,
and
later.
drag
Bye.
on many people's ability
See, my
to sort of,
fucking-
like, to live a better life. And also, I would say it's a detriment to
My gain is
our
all the way
society
down,
as
and
far
yet you
as,
can
like,
still
who's
hear the
going into,
sirens.
more, in my opinion, socially beneficial jobs.
That's crazy.
But are, you know, lower wage than, you know, others. So we're losing out on quality social workers and teachers because of certain debt. We're losing out on, you know, more public interest lawyers because of debt. I mean, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with like having like, and I think we already do this in parts of the U.S. where there are certain types of degrees that you get like reimbursed for depending on if you go into like public field work. I know that there
Incidentally, that also was something that came up. There was a program that was specifically about that that we had. The 10-year public service program, 2007 to 2017. Those people graduated. They worked for 10 years in those jobs, which supposedly would have relieved their debt. And apparently, if you go to the consumer complaint registry in your state, you'll see that all these servicers have been engaging in massive amount of fraud. That's the other thing that is like we didn't even get to. It was just like, this is the servicers are just as despicable as they were during the financial crisis in 2007, 2008. And these loan servicers are really I think engaged. I mean, if you look at the consumer complaints, in a significant amount of fraud, it seems to me.
Sure, and that might be the case. I mean, there could be fraud in literally everything, right? There are people that fraudulently file tax forms.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, of course.
But
if that happens, that's bad, and it
but-
should be fixed,
but
obviously.
my experience during the, yes, but I also think it might be a little bit endemic. When you have servicers who are getting money based on fees and whatnot, the incentive structure is really messed up, it seems to me.
Yeah, it could be the case. What just on this thing when we talk about how like student loan debt has this drag on people's ability to live better lives and everything, and when it's like a drag on the economy, why do so many people still get degrees?
You know what? I think there's a lot of people. I've known people who work in the for-profit college industry, and I consider that business to be more or less a criminal activity.
Like working at private schools, or what do you mean?
No. Private colleges, the for-profit colleges. Excuse me.
Okay.
And I think there's a lot of people who, particularly people who do not come from wealthy families, maybe first generation going to college, who are hoodwinked into these for-profit universities.
Oh, come on.
And just simply don't have the savvy. They know that they sense that they
Dude, Sawhorse, I need a place to live, man.
in their career.
I'm gonna be living
And
in
then
a
they find
fucking.
that
I'm gonna be living
college
in
degree from
a
blankety-blank
storehouse
university
soon.
isn't really worth much, or that they can't afford to maintain it. And so either
gonna
they
be in a
graduate
storage
and find that
unit.
the degree does not pay off in the way that they think it's going to, or they get through a semester or two and realize they can't afford it, and then
Let 'em
they're
speak.
straddled with this debt that they don't have.
Yeah, if we're talking about like the unaccredited like scam colleges or whatever, well, I call them.
No, they're credited. They're all accredited. They're accredited. That's why they wouldn't be eligible for public loans. If
God, you
they
couldn't
weren't
ask for
accredited.
this
I mean,
debate,
the Obama
quote
administration
unquote, to
made
be
some
more
headway
boring.
in sort of like
Please, could you make this debate any more boring? Sorry, we maxed out.
Of course, you know,
We maxed
the
out our
Trump
boring
administration
stats.
Came in and blew it apart. If you want to look at something that goes even, that performed even better than Jeff Bezos's rocket trip take a look at like funds of for-profit colleges. Literally 15 minutes after the election was over in 2016, they shot up like this, like a trajectory like this. They have since come back down to earth in terms of the stock market because the pandemic was also for them too, but counterintuitively. But,
okay, sure, but getting away from like the I guess there might be some strange.
Well, that's
like,
a huge portion of, you know, these massive.
Bruh, I'm actually stuck.
Fortune 500 public, I mean, for-profit.
Yo, look at all these assholes.
95%
am I
of their
supposed to do
income, their
here?
revenue comes from student loans.
Sure, but when we
This
say
is a
huge portion, what I'm asking is like, do you agree that for the vast majority of people,
Fucking
95%
dude.
plus, like having a college degree does not represent a drag on their ability to
Yo,
work,
I'm
like,
actually
with
stuck.
them in college? That the
You
vast
fucking
majority of
kidding
people,
me?
95% plus, are
Damn.
coming out better, assuming they graduate, than when they went into it.
Fuck.
I don't know that figure. I would imagine it's higher. It's, you know, it's above 50%. Let's put it that way. I don't know if it's 95%, but we're not talking about that. We're not talking about the cohort of people who graduate college.
Thank you.
We're talking about the cohort of people who take student loan debt, and that includes people who don't graduate and people who graduated, but may
Click that.
be positioned in society in a way that people who didn't have to take student loan debt and get a college degree are not, because 100% of your income can be deployed to, you know, after your basics, existence can be deployed to building assets over time. That's not necessarily the case if you don't come from wealth or you don't have a wealthy household. I mean, if you're married to, you know, someone who also doesn't have student loan debt, and you have two incomes there, obviously that makes a big, you know, difference as to how you can save. I mean, just as an example, to when we talk about household wealth. But I got to go, and I think like. We may not agree on this, but at least I feel like we you know, it's clear what the
Household wealth
delineation
versus the
is.
income thing. Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, listen, I really
Household
appreciate
and
that.
intergenerational wealth. Yes. I'm sorry we didn't get to the men's rights.
Oh no, I didn't care as much about that one. I was more curious about the cult.
Say about that. Thank you.
All right. Well, hey, listen, I appreciate the conversation. Where can people find you? Everybody knows who you are, but just in case.
Down on the street, Flatbush, more often. They're right here.
All right. Well, thanks a lot. I really appreciate the conversation.
All right, thanks.
All right. Have a good one. Fuck. I didn't think we'd get in the weeds so much on the wealth versus income thing. I thought that was a gimme.
Yeah, cool. Anyway, dude.
Percentage question mark thing. It rings a really bad bill. And then if you add names to that, like, oh, Train, X, Miz, all of them, everybody, and you add names to that bill, it just creates damage. So I feel like whenever you talk about that, you have to be a little bit responsible, especially when you're running like a podcast and you're trying to be factual about things, not opinionated.
I understand that you're upset that your name got included, but I stand by what we said about it. I mean, I don't think I said that you are in on the scam. And I'm willing to clarify that I don't think you're on the scam. And where the CSGO Lotto thing differs from what's still going on now is that the people who were promoting the CSGO Lotto shit were the people that owned the website, right? As far as I'm aware, and, you know, I don't think there's any evidence that would suggest, is that none of you guys, I mean, obviously I'm not accusing, you definitely are not involved, do not own these gambling websites, obviously, right? So that's the difference.
Wait, so you're still calling it a scam then? You still at your core believe that the whole thing, like most of it is a scam?
Yes. I do believe it's a scam. I do believe that I just explained to you how you agreed that these people are going to run away with all this crypto someday in the near future. How is that not a scam?
What part is a scam? The winnings, like which part?
The part of the scam is that they're taking people's money. They're potentially screwing with the numbers, with the payouts, and they're going to run away with all the money. I mean, that is a scam. There is deception. I'm not, again, this is all conjecture, but the fact is that they're doing this via crypto. They're not verifying people's IDs. They're promoting it on Twitch, which any reasonable, ethical, well-regulated gambling company wouldn't do. For all
He's worried that like anytime he says it's a scam, he means it's like directly the same as the fucking Phantom Lord
I know
shit.
that, but like
when
my
it's not.
hunch on this and my reporting, which is very all of my reporting is very editorial. So you know, in my opinion, it is a scam.
Okay. So okay.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So
This
now
game
we're going
fucking
from,
sucks.
I know it's a scam to I have a hunch
I
that
never
it
said
may be some.
Dude, I never said I know this is a scam. Everything I do is editorial.
I don't know what that means editorial.
It's my opinion. How would I know it's a scam? I don't sit in their office and audit their data.
Okay.
Why did he think this was a good argument, dude?
Okay. Some of these points, some of these points don't make sense. You're saying that they would
I mean,
advertise on
I know
Twitch,
why,
but they
but-
do though. A Rubet, a Steak, fuck ass. They're all advertising on Twitch. Yeah, all the other ones, whatever the fuck, who the fuck they are. They're all advertising on Twitch. Like multiple people. They have a lot of affiliates on Twitch that are
I
sponsored.
love that his
So I don't know where
biggest
you're getting
concern.
saying that
His biggest concern is that it like his gambling winnings might not be legitimate. Not that like you know.
They were legitimate, but they do.
I
Like
don't know
that's
which
it.
site
That's what he's
you're
angry about, which is
talking about.
crazy. Like that's
Well,
not
I
even.
mean, all the big ones. I mean, I don't think anybody gives a fuck about the small.
Looking at
these
judging
are
at previous fucking
legitimate
scams on the internet. It's a reasonable speculation for Ethan to make.
providers like all the other ones, and they're being
But
shady
it's
on
not.
that.
It's hardly the main point of the conversation.
The big hitters, the big names, the ones that people actually use, the ones that are reputable. Those, and you're saying that you're still saying that these are actual scams.
I don't know. I'm saying the ones where you pay in crypto and they don't check your ID are scams, likely scams.
Likely.
Dude, how would I know? I don't sit in their offices, audit. Everything I say is editorial. I'm not a fucking clairvoyant. Like, that's inherent in what I'm saying. I'm a fucking guy. I give an editorial opinion about things. Obviously, if I say it's a scam, it's based on my reasonable observation.
All he needed to
what's
say,
going
all
on.
Ethan needs to say here is like, dude, this is based on
so
previous experiences and examples I've seen.
Do you think that they're going to vanish overnight and do an exit scam and just go, no more payouts, fuck you, suck my
Yes,
balls?
I think
I'm
that's
giving
very
it.
likely.
Do you think they're gonna poof and exit scam out of the blue?
Yes, I think that's very likely.
Okay. What else part of scam is that? What other scam is there in there that you have mixed up in there?
I mean, that's enough, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's enough. But I mean, like I said, I'm trying to go on things that are tangible, things that we can talk about.
I've listed it. I've listed it. The main points is that they're taking crypto, they're not checking people's IDs, they're having people play on Twitch, play their game. They're paying people to play their game and put their affiliate code on their screen on Twitch. There's the highlight. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, no, I'm just saying.
I mean,
it's
we're
just
talking in circles here a little bit.
No, a little bit, but I think precision is key in those things, though.
Okay, so
if we do have to circle twice to get something right, I mean, we have to do it. I don't mind. If you want to go, yeah, scam shit, bullshit, they're gonna scam.
Well, what do you want me to say? You want me to say I don't know 100% certain it's a scam? Of course I don't 100% know it's a scam. How could I possibly?
Okay, well, things are tangible, like verifying IDs. They do verify IDs. They do, and they also cross-verify, I'm pretty sure, login locations or whatever, and they ban accounts. And like I said, I'm not defending anybody, but I'm just thinking that's just like across the board.
Though.
I don't want people to look like scam. Or, I get it. Somebody might be a scum lord for promoting gambling. We got that out of the way. That is absolutely true. I don't want them to mix up scum lord with Scam Lord.
I agree. Wait, I agree with you. I
do they not verify your ID, or do they verify your ID? Why are people in my chat saying they don't verify ID? And also, he himself has created multiple accounts, and like we know that like they fake ban people. You know what I mean?
You know, I mean, some
Dragon Glory.
Which individual then would be part of it? Somebody you've seen, somebody that's out there.
Why do I need to know who they are? They're obviously
anybody. A player, a streamer, anybody.
I said I don't think streamers are involved in the back end.
Okay.
I said I do not think streamers are involved in the back end. And that's how it differs from CSGO Lotto, is because CSGO Lotto was run by people that owned the website, right? So that's where it differs, where you guys are just being paid to promote this product. I don't think that you guys, you streamers, are in on the back end of the ownership of these casinos. I think you guys are just paid to promote their product. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
the crypto websites themselves
Oh my
don't
God.
actually fucking verify your ID.
Okay.
Right? It's the crypto wallet that verifies your ID. Or maybe you need a verification for payout.
What were the main points that you guys were mad at Aiden for?
So the reason why I was disappointed in Aiden, because he said for all the reasons that we discussed, that promoting gambling is not good, right? You say it's Scum Andy, right? So it's a Scum Andy situation.
Yeah, it is a Scum Andy.
So he acknowledged that, and then I said, so you need to stop. I said, you need to stop doing the gambling. But he said, I can't stop. I'm not done yet. So that's my problem. It's pretty simple. He acknowledged that it's Scum Andy, to use your parlance. Thank you. And he refuses to stop. So yeah, that was my problem with Aiden. It's pretty simple.
Well, I'm not going to defend him on that, because there's no point. But I just feel like the reasoning behind it is probably like this. He thinks it's content. His people think it's content. He enjoys doing it. He gets paid. Whatever moral ethics or whatever you're gonna throw in there, I think he stopped at my first sentence, and it's gonna kind of like stop. So whatever you're gonna throw in there, I don't think it's getting at him. That's why he said, I'm still gonna do it.
Well, clearly I agree. Yeah, I mean that's the point. I think it's fucked up though. He's willing to turn his head to, he's willing to turn a blind eye to getting a bunch of kids, and I'm sure, I don't know what your demographic is, but I know.
Dude, crypto websites versus wallets, dude? Yeah, that's like saying I drove a car to get to the Vegas gambling casino, so they don't need to check my ID within the casino.
Damaging vice. I learned the other day from Hasan, actually.
It's the worst of all, pretty much.
Exactly. They call it the deadliest vice because the most amount of people commit suicide from getting addicted to gambling. And so and then kids, on the other hand, these are undeveloped brains that are being exposed to one of the the deadliest addiction. They're playing slot machines too. It's like the heroin of
deadlier than heroin,
because it's just like click,
forehead,
dopamine. It's so intense.
Forehead.
They have these young, undeveloped brains. They're already getting this taste of adrenaline and addiction, and it is very, very, very bad for
I OD'd on roulette, brother.
It's very damaging. It's fucked up, and he's making like $2 million
I OD'd on roulette.
From his leaked DM, and so it's easy for him to turn a blind eye, but at the cost of a lot of damage that he's going to be doing to his audience.
So now that we've drawn the problem pretty accurately, now let's try to talk about, since you brought it up as like it increases the problem. What about somebody who wouldn't be doing that? Right? Somebody because we always hear the thing, oh, he's doing that to children, doing that to kids. At which point does it go across and says it's not towards kids anymore? Like, what really draws the bar? Is it because the streamer's older? His audience is older? At what point are you sort of like, I would say you could say immune from that everything? Because I feel like, this is just my opinion, I think you'll make a good effort, even though it's still scum shit, at drawing the line saying, 18 plus, don't do it. The stream itself being on mature mode, if you want to go across, what is it, like literally like 8 barriers of security, I mean, fuck, it's kind of hard. So then is it like a complete no? Like, at what point is it not towards children, and you can start stop saying that.
Yeah, I think that's a really good question, and the truth is it's probably not an easy answer, but I will say that on YouTube, for example, anytime you even put a link in the description that links to a gambling site, you're going to get terms of service. So the truth is, in my opinion, that Twitch is just not the right place for that because of there's just too much potential for harm.
What is?
I don't know.
None. I mean, we're never gonna. Nobody's ever gonna agree on any of these points because it's a no across the board.
Yeah, probably it probably is, you know, and you know, it's fine. It is because at the end of the day, what you're doing is not good. And I understand that it's content, and I understand that you're getting paid, and that everyone's having fun on the face of it. But like underneath, you've got this big iceberg where on the top it's everyone's having fun watching and you're making a lot of money, and then underneath the water is this huge clump of suffering that's going to happen as a result of people getting into gambling from watching you. So I mean, ethically it's never okay, but it's really even specifically less okay in this case.
Okay, so one of my early reasonings, early on, before I even started any of this, and I agree with what you just said. My early reasonings, not like a coping, like, oh yeah, it's gonna. Oh, I feel better doing it. I was gonna do, people always ask every streamer for at least one Gamba stream, whatever, and I wanted to do a Gamba stream, so I had to sign up, right? And one of my early reasonings, while I was going to that first Gamba stream, that was unsponsored, just willingly, is that there were so many barriers to get there. That like, yeah. Even I, as a 25-year-old, I'm like a Zoomer, right? I signed up, did all the verifs, all over. I have a PayPal with money. I have a credit card with money. I have it all set up.
Hanzuli, that's the dumbest argument anyone's ever made.
Money in.
You're too fucking stupid.
And to me, that was my first thought. I was like, okay, well, fuck. I mean,
you're too stupid to respond.
If I can't fucking do it, you know. It looked like there was a good amount of
I drove a car so I can get I can gamble without an ID. Is
like, fucking dumb. God damn it! Fuck you.
Maybe I'm just a dumbass though. Maybe I'm just an idiot for not being able to deposit it.
You're right. Sometimes it can be hard, but the one thing I would point to is that I actually haven't seen, but I've heard references.
Yeah, I was listening to it. It was fucking lame. It was literally just
of money that
Destiny
their audience has actually
and
deposited using their codes as a result of their
Sam Cedar just fucking circle jerking about liberal talking points over and over again.
It is.
You know, university is perfect and infallible, and nothing the university can do is ever wrong. And people should definitely be going into debt, but it's too much debt, honestly, because it's affecting how easy it is to pay the exorbitant amounts of rent, which Destiny pointed on like for a second. Destiny was like for 1 second, he was like, maybe your rent's too damn high, maybe. And then after that, it was fucking nothing else. It was just, it was the most boring, lame piece of shit.
So there's obviously a reason with how they're doing it, how they're promoting it, how they're talking about it, that will drive more people. It could also depend on the website you're on, where maybe the website you were playing on was legit.
Like they're like, oh, you're being reductionist, you're being a reducer, you're reducing the points.
Someone else might be playing on a shadier website.
They need to reduce the
more easy to get
They
money.
need to reduce the talking points into, oh hey, what's this?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would
they
be
need
like,
to reduce the talking points into
that
the housing crisis is massive, and why is that exactly?
For sure.
They don't want to. They don't want to talk about that because if they have to talk about that, then they're going to have to admit that everybody going to college, so everybody can have a job, so everybody can produce, so everybody can consume more, is killing the fucking planet, and it's absolutely insane to want to keep doing that. But of course, they're in the business of continuing to make money no matter fucking what. So of course they're gonna be all
I don't know, age verified or some shit. It's just all the proper precautions on other topics that aren't gambling, right? Is it gonna be right or not, right? And at that point, I just feel like it's a slippery slope.
Do I really not have better pants?
I generally fear that it could be a slippery slope. What?
Like what else are you concerned about being excluded from Twitch because we're concerned about the kids?
I've had the same issues in some of my other adventures, like Overwatch League, whatever. Like drinking alcohol, smoking.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So the difference is if you want to drink on stream, you're not getting paid by the alcohol company. Hold on, I'm not done.
Friday Fireball, boys. Friday Fireball.
You have. I was gonna say you.
Let's get fucked up. Come on now. Let's not do that. Come on.
I'm
now.
not done talking. You don't have an affiliate code that people are gonna go run into the shop and get fucking discounts on alcohol. And also in America, alcohol is extremely regulated. You cannot go into a store and buy alcohol without an ID. For the most part, people are blank.
Oh, so you're saying there's an 18+ barrier that you have to cross, that you can, it'd be possible for you to cross
Alcohol is regulated very fucking tightly by the government in all aspects. There are laws
So is
governing
gambling,
all of that.
and not this one, though.
So you wouldn't be able to go next to a store and ask somebody to get yours or a brother.
But that's up to Twitch, and that's up to the streamer. We're comparing that to gambling, which is unregulated and super shady. Alcohol is a,
That's on the legal side. That's on the other party's side. What I mean is on the streamer's responsibility and how they drive content when it has a legitimate.
Look, if you're doing a
age
stream,
barrier.
if you're doing a stream where you're pounding alcohol to the point where you're blacking out, because that's kind of what the gambling is, right? It's like
Thank
pound,
you.
pound, pound,
That's
pound,
the
pound.
argument.
So if you're doing a stream where you're blacked out gambling,
That's
or
the
even
argument.
less, like, let's say, because
Twitch would fucking ban you if you did a Fireball sponsor stream and he got absolutely wasted.
Not wrong.
You would get banned.
He's not even
in
playing
a
with his own money,
heartbeat.
and he's pounding iced tea. And he's like, "You guys, let's go get fucked up with me." That's
I've
yeah,
made this
of course
argument
it's fucked
before
up.
as well.
I mean, listen, you got to use your
See,
head
that's
and
the
do
argument
the right
right
thing.
there. That is a good point.
No, it makes sense. I'll try in a minute. For me,
I don't, I don't think you should get blackout drunk on stream. That's probably a bad idea. I can speak from experience on that one.
It makes sense. All I wanted is that the lines are drawn, that this isn't okay, even with the 18+, and that is, because I feel like if we always push this thing where like if everything you do is that's
Blacking
the children,
out on gambling.
then you're gonna be like, oh my God, they're drinking.
I'm blacking out on
And same thing
gambling,
for the children.
everybody. It's
Oh,
like,
smoking.
well, yeah. But the reason why people don't want to stop that is
it's like a
because
never-ending thing, isn't it?
subscribing
Do you not understand? Like,
is a type
and
of gambling
it'll be
as well.
literally difficult to drive content that's
Like,
organic to these
It's not that like
imaginary
there's a chance to
barriers
win money back,
that
but I
are
mean
in place
sometimes
that we're
there is,
putting
especially with the cash
try to
apps.
counter it. But
Well,
I mean,
society is much better equipped to preventing kids from getting, alcohol and cigarettes. I mean, obviously kids can get whatever they want, but like it's well established societal norms and laws and regulations where these kind of wild gambling sites are not.
I think
okay.
Ethan should ask him if XQC would
I
promote smoking on stream, if he would smoke cigarettes, and talk about how with his affiliate code you could buy a cigarette.
Specifically.
I mean, seriously, that's the question I have for XQC and everyone else is like, would you fucking promote cigarettes to kids? Would you smoke cigarettes?
Game that has fucking loot boxes or some shit, and spam the $500 button back to back to back to back, and open this shit all fucking day without any barriers whatsoever that prevents them from doing so. So when you talk about only the barrier as an argument, it just doesn't hold up.
You were talking about what? I'm sorry. What
You
was the
guys are
example
reaching
you
so
used?
far to make X look bad? X doesn't even have to look bad. He's literally inserting himself to make it seem like he's defending something that he already previously considered to be indefensible. Do you understand? So I don't even know why he's doing this. Because he's not even making, one, a good argument, two, hyper-focusing on like the most semantics-focused element, which is that, you don't know if it's a scam or not, while simultaneously, like, I don't know why he's even defending any of this shit, to be honest with you. Because he himself already knows, like, yeah, this was bad, I fucked up, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean?
Started regulating that kind of.
That wasn't even a conversation that we had either, by the way.
That is very bad. That I agree with is bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna add you into the call. Yeah, I mean, he wants to be in. Are you okay with that or not?
Who are you adding?
Train. Are you okay with that?
Okay, sure, yeah.
Yo, Train's getting in
Okay.
here. Holy
Train
shit,
on me.
Pog.
I think he wants it for the content. Yes.
No. We're still in here, boys.
He made good points. Not 100% scam. Hard to barrier.
Wait, no, I did buy the pants.
Dude, he did not make good arguments. What
Wait,
the
what
fuck
do I
is
need?
wrong with you? He made terrible fucking arguments, dude.
I need a
Not
hat.
100% a scam. Okay, it's 90% a scam. So, fuck it, dude. Like, then it's acceptable. and it's hard to barrier, that's not even
basis
true.
about like what
Good
games he's playing,
movie.
where he's playing at. So like if he wants
my
to get
God,
into
this thing's so
specific stuff
ugly.
like that, I need to do more research to be able to
Where's the
have
real
a high
hat?
level conversation with him.
This is the worst.
There we
This is the worst
go.
part about this is because like little fucking 12-year-old juicers are gonna come into my chat and everywhere else and try to like
16 bonuses
repeat
with,
XQC's
multiple
watered down
0Xs and
points
nothing
to
but
begin with,
10X.
which are not good.
Well, what's up, Trent? What's up, man? Hey, your mic is kind of scuffalonia. What's up, man?
Bro, I'm gonna keep it a $150. My main mic ain't working, okay, and I gotta use these A50s, which, listen, it's gonna be a little tough with my deeper voice because these A50s don't really capture it, but we're fucking here.
No.
How you doing,
Okay.
A3?
How do I get rid of this hat? How do I get rid of this hat?
It's Trainwreck, actually.
I need to unequip my hat.
Sorry.
I would rather
Are
not
you
wear a
gonna here
hat.
to run train on me?
No. Listen, I look like a mean guy, but I'm actually a teddy bear inside, so don't worry. I'm not gonna run train on you. Unless, hey, if you're into that, we can get naked and do some weird shit together. But, you know, if you're not into that, then no, I'm not running train.
Okay, we'll figure that out later.
All right, sounds good, brother. Okay, so let's get to the, let's get to the brass tacks, okay?
Yeah,
go
ahead.
Yeah, this is kind of an awkward, because I feel like I entered in at a time.
Oh, you're good. Forget it.
His hat
We're all
is
talking
killing
about
me.
everything already, you know, so we have to go back to the beginning. Does that make any sense?
Listen. I think again, I was explaining to XQC that I can't have a high level conversation on all the facts about which games you're playing or which casinos. My main points that I want to make is that one, these are unregulated gambling sites. I don't know which websites you're explicitly gambling on, and we can try to fact check that live. But two, you know, I don't know. People say that your audience is older, but like, I mean, you're gonna have a lot of kids watching you on Twitch, okay?
You can say that to anybody, anywhere, on any platform whatsoever.
Say what?
You can make that case an argument and have a point for any content creator.
I'm gonna real quick.
And
I'm gonna
it's
keep it a
top of the
$150,
fucking
okay, on
hour.
that note. I'm gonna ask you a question, okay? A very simple one. Have you sat through a 20-hour stream of mine? Just one of them.
No.
Which primes,
See, like,
boys? Get them
this
out.
is the problem. So like, my biggest, like, my issue
If you
before
want
we
an
even get to
ad-free
any of the other
broadcasting
issues
experience,
is the people you're getting your information from.
It's coming.
Right? The people that you're friends with on Twitch.
or a regular
They
$5
are
subscription.
projecting their own experiences to you, and you're taking them as fact. These people are the ones that play with fake money. These are the ones who have catered to 12-year-olds specifically for 5+ years. These are the ones that they're doing everything that you're telling us that we're doing, but we're not. So like, that's my issue. If you sat through one of my streams, one of them, you would understand like the content itself, what I do, who I cater to. It is a whole different demographic, whole different style. The gambling comes first, the sponsorship second. I gamble for the last 5 years, anywhere I go, everywhere I go, off stream, on stream. Do you understand? Like, it's a whole different game. The people you're getting your information from, those streamers, they're gambling for the bag and only the bag. And that film money trash, I agree, that is immoral. Because at that point, it's not gambling anymore.
Yeah.
If you're taking a sponsorship, right, to get, let's say, $60K a month, okay, and you want to secure that $60K, which means you're playing with film money, you're no longer gambling. And if you're no longer gambling...
That's what Aiden Ross is doing, by the way.
You're misrepresenting gambling as a concept. Even though it's already bad, you're making it worse just for bag, which is legitimately pretty evil.
Well, I think. Yeah, go ahead. I think there is a debate to be had. Is casino gambling an appropriate viewing sport? Is it an ethical, viewable sport? You know what I mean?
What?
Is casino
They can't
gambling
even,
playing
like,
slot
no,
machines,
they
which is I
can't
think what
even-
you do most of the time, right, Trainwreck?
What?
I do, yes.
So is playing slot machines an ethical view of sport or activity to stream online, period?
I think it is.
No.
I think it is. I think it is. For many reasons, but I'll give you one. Okay? I truly believe...
One, my balls
and
are massive.
I've said this publicly as well.
Everybody reacts to everything we poop. We don't live in a fucking vacuum, okay? The whole reactionary thing. Oh, he's just a reactionary. Literally, everyone's a fucking reactionary.
Since the beginning of fucking time, okay? I clown these little 12-year-old fucks, okay? Fuck them kids, you understand?
Fuck them
I don't want little 12-year-olds watching me. I don't want 16-year-olds watching me, even before gambling. Do you understand? Like, it's not me, it's not my style. I find it fucking weird.
True.
Like, if you see me at conventions, H3, you'll probably catch one 15-year-old walking up to me for a picture. You understand? It's not me or my...
Nobody walks you for pictures, though.
Okay, suck my dick.
If Twitch was able to implement some guaranteed like 18 plus or 21 plus, then that would be a lot better. But currently they're not doing that. Then the other issue itself, though, is beyond that. Is that
think of the kids. Think of the kids.
We don't know how legit
somebody
these
think of the
websites
kids.
are.
Dude, H3. Israel thinks 13-year-olds are adults.
My problem
Come on,
is
bud.
we're mixing people
I'm just
who are
saying,
taking
priorities.
the
Get your ducks in a
sponsorship for the
row.
bag and promoting gambling
Think of the
while they
kids.
themselves are not
Yeah, think of the
gambling or
kids.
love gambling.
How much money do you get paid every month from them?
I get paid, I'd say, well, right now I'm down. Right now
Dude,
I'm
talk
down.
to your fucking lawyer, dude. Right now I'm
As
down.
a flat fee every month
Oh
for
my God.
fulfilling your contractual obligations.
Dude,
I'll
talk
get
to your
in trouble
fucking
for
lawyer,
releasing it,
Train.
But I'll tell you, $1 million a month. And I'm down 2.8 million this month. So now you can see how degenerate it is. It's bad. And I don't push my...
Okay, now I know why. Now I know why they defend it, dude. $1 million a month? Of course he's gonna defend it.
Is that what they're doing or not?
So real quick, earlier in the argument.
That's the most insane thing I've ever heard.
I'm
Oh
sorry
my
to cut you off. Can
fucking God.
I want to make one more clarification just to set the groundwork here. Do you also get a commission from the people that use your bonus code, right?
I get amount wagered, but I don't push the code at all. and
It's
I
on
tell
your
people
screen the whole time, right?
It is on my screen, but I tell people not to gamble at all. Every hour, I tell them to gamble. Every win, I tell them not to gamble.
Yeah,
I tell them they
come on.
lose.
That's
What do you mean, come
performative.
on?
That's performative. You
It is
know,
not.
there's a reason they're paying you $1 million a month. You could say, hey, don't gamble. But you're gambling. They're paying you $1 million a month flat to gamble. You're getting a commission from all the people using your code. It's not. You can't just dance around it like, hey guys, wink wink, don't gamble. That's just. I understand that you're not trying specifically to drive people to the code, but the effect of you doing that is that people are going to do that.
Wait, let me respond. You are virtue signaling and high roading at that point. Listen, I'm not selling a false reality by still streamers. I'm not pushing my... No, let me
It's
tell you.
better that you're doing that, I agree.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
I am not pushing my code in hopes to make money from my code. I am not telling them...
Then why be sponsored at all?
Wait. I am not selling a false reality that they can be like me and win hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars, therefore they should use my code. All of this stuff is immoral and wrong. Do you understand?
That's good.
I am gambling on a site because I gamble anyways. And they're paying me to gamble on their site because they want me to be on their site. The people who gamble already are the ones that will be converted. Do you understand?
Can I ask you?
So gambling on a site is to convert people who are already gambling without me.
I mean, capitalism
Anyone who's
itself is
not
a
gamble,
bullshit gamble,
I
so...
push as much as I can not to get anybody to touch
Gambling's
this shit.
actually pretty
And
great.
tell them
Like,
to
I
trust
would
me.
promote...
No,
I would say it's
wait,
more ethical to
if you
promote
watch my
gambling than
streams,
it is
if
World of
anything,
Warcraft.
my stream is most
Because gambling, you
authentic
actually have a chance to make money back.
in the gambling world.
At least
Why? 'Cause
legally.
It doesn't sell false
You know what I
reality.
mean?
My last
You
8
can sell your
days, I
account,
lost.
but
8 hours
technically
straight.
that's illegal.
I lost. Do you understand? When you watch a clip of me
I
winning
mean,
$1 million,
I guess it's not really
I have
illegal.
an
It's just a
issue
breach
with
of
that
contract.
because you're
so.
judging off one 30-second clip. But have you watched the 9 hours leading up to it? Do you know that when I
That's
won
the point. That's the problem. Nobody sees the losses. Everybody sees the wins.
No, you don't. And let me tell you what. If you did know it, you would
The
still
losses don't deter people like the wins motivate them.
sell the show that you need to be successful. And that's my fucking issue. Do you understand?
I don't think the fact that
The
you're
losses
losing
don't
money.
deter
First of all,
people.
it's better. It's better. I agree.
The losses don't
Like,
deter
if I
people
compare
as
what you do
much
to
as
Ada
the
Ross,
wins
what you do is more
motivate them to
honest and it's
gamble.
better.
That's
But
always
I
the
think
case.
that you're deluding yourself by thinking to making yourself. I think you're telling you're rationalizing that because by you being more upfront and more honest, that it's okay that in that regard. I don't see it that way. It is better. It's more honest. But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
The irony is his defense is literally explaining why it's such a big problem for so many human beings.
Why take their money?
To get involved in gambling.
I have a point. You know what? You have a living example in the call right now.
What do you mean?
No.
Why get paid? You're saying you're in it for the love of the game. Why take?
We have a great example here. I'm a living example of exactly what you're saying. My first 1 day, 2 day, unsponsored, raw balance, just pure degenerate, right? And the first sponsor was no difference at all. All I do is just hashtag add it. No difference in behavior, amounts, no deliverables, absolutely fucking nothing, right? Literally nothing. For a payment later on, right? Now, if you compared that to the stream the day before, that was just pure gambling, right? Where did you draw the line? Where did you draw it? Because I did not have a code on screen, or a code at the bottom, or fucking or a banner at the top or some shit.
It's better. It's better if you're not being paid to do it. It's much better.
No.
Oh man.
The second day was paid, but nothing changed. Nothing changed.
You don't realize what you just admitted there. What you just admitted there is pettiness. And you listen. I'm
No. It's a very clear distinction.
No, it's not. It's not. Think about this, okay? So if you're gonna virtue signal or high road or
signaling.
Then if you're gonna care about the kids, right? So let's say I go live on stake and I'm not getting paid, and every day I'm spending slots of 50K people. You're telling me your argument would change because I don't have a banner or because I'm not sponsored? If that would change your argument, then it's not for the kids you're doing this for. It's for the fucking show.
It's still wrong.
Woo, somebody else is shooting.
I said it's better because you're saying I'm in it for the love of the game. I don't care. I play with my own money, which is great, which is nice and all. But you're still getting paid $1 million a month. And how much are you making on your code, by the way?
Dirt cheap compared to what I get paid. Dirt cheap. In 3 months, I've made 250K. In 3 months.
Okay.
That's nothing.
That's nothing.
Well, it makes it a lot easier to make gambling look like a sustainable activity when you're getting $1 million a month from the platform to do it. If you weren't being paid by the platform to gamble there, first of all, you wouldn't be sitting there playing nonstop. Yes. Yeah, by the way, 250,000 is a lot of money, by the way.
Have a dildo up my ass. Listen.
I don't know anything about dildos up the ass, but $250,000 is a lot of money.
How can you tell me that I'm making it look sustainable when you just admitted you haven't watched a single stream? How can you tell me that?
Okay, you tell me how can you play every day and lose millions and millions and millions? Are you worth $100 million? How much are you worth? Where's all this fucking money come from?
You're such a dumbass if you think that money is gonna motivate me like that.
I
have 45,000 subscribers, dude.
I have money? Who the fuck are you, the IRS? Like, what the fuck?
I'm just kidding. Most people can't sustain losing millions of dollars a month. That doesn't seem like a sustainable hobby to me.
Now you want to shame me because I can? I'm confused. What is your argument here? Is it for the kids? Is it because I'm spending too much? You don't like it? What's the deal? Have you watched the stream? It's not sustainable whatsoever. It's gambling. Gambling is degenerate.
I suggest you get some help.
This argument is dumb. If somebody wants to lose all their money, I mean, they can if they have funds for it.
You don't gamble to make money. And if you watched one of my streams, H3, you realize you would.
You gamble to make money.
Jeez.
Yeah, because I'm fucking addicted and I'm a fucking idiot.
Noobs, dude, we're barely winning 2v1.
I hear you. I hear everything you're saying.
Oh my god, I'm so triggered.
Okay, let's take a moment and just take a breath.
No, because listen, I'm triggered for this reason. You literally just
You're deluded, bro. You know everything you're doing is wrong, and you don't want to give it up.
You're deluded, bro.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be the referee. Train is triggered, okay, because you're talking about something serious. He throws real facts and concrete evidence at you, and you throw curveballs and nonchalance at him, and it upsets
evidence?
him.
He says.
You're the referee, dog. Come on.
Like a sustainable hobby.
I'm glad that XQC is now the
To lose
referee.
$3 million a month. It does. I don't know many people with that kind of money to throw away.
You just said, I gamble on stream and get paid for it to make it look like a sustainable hobby.
No.
That's what you just said. And what I responded with was, earlier you admitted you have not watched one of my streams. If you had watched one of my streams,
dude, I
you would know.
understand you don't beautify it. We've both agreed on this.
You would understand that in no way, shape, or form do my streams in any capacity.
I already agreed with that, dude.
Gambling, let me finish. Represent gambling to be sustainable or even break even.
Then stop
So do
taking
not
money.
spit
Then we can
bullshit
see
when
how
you're
unsustainable it really is.
Oh my God! You listen. In the beginning before I
So
met you, were
stop.
talking
Oh
to
my
you,
God,
I
that is
had
a bad
this
argument.
really-
H3's
I had
doing a
this
really
feeling
bad
you're doing
job
this for a
here.
show. Now that I'm
He's
sitting
like,
here talking to you and
stop
telling
being
you
rich.
this stuff,
Stop
and
being
your
so
responses
rich.
are these, I know for a
Train.
fact it's a
Stop
show.
having so much
Like, this
money.
is insane
Train.
to me.
Bro,
So
my
stop taking
honest
so much money.
human
Train.
advice is
It's
that
like,
I
dude,
really
that's a
think
bad
that you need
take,
help
bro.
with your
Like,
gambling
come on.
addiction.
Okay.
Like, it just sounds like in
Okay.
a really real way that you are in a really bad spot. It's hurting you. And if
It's
you
not
and
hurting
it sounds
him,
like
dude.
you
He's
do have a
getting
lot of
paid,
money invested from crypto, which is amazing.
Oh my God, he's
I don't
already
think anyone
rich.
wants you to lose your ass doing this because
man.
gambling.
Don't even
you're gonna
pretend that you
lose- you're
fucking
gonna lose
care
everything.
about him.
And and the people
H3,
watching are gonna lose everything too
Ethan.
if they're getting
He's
involved.
literally
Apparently
like,
not, because he's getting $1 million paid a month.
I don't know where
Holy
else to go
shit.
with this. I mean, dude, I don't know what to say. I mean,
Oh Jesus. Okay, well, listen. I'll tell you what.
because that's what I'm hearing through it is that you're basically saying I have a very severe addiction to gambling. That's what I'm hearing, and I feel bad for you. I really want you to, you know, because I mean that's the way you're rationalizing it to me.
Ethan has backtracked from rigged
I'm not
RTP to the
rationalizing, I'm
site is
telling
a
you what the
scam.
facts
The
are,
site
you
is a
understand?
scam.
That's what I'm telling you.
He hasn't backtracked any
Okay,
of them.
I feel okay. The points were made. I think they were very simple.
He says he speculates the site could be a scam as far as like rigged roles, which I think it's a reasonable fucking assertion.
There's a very clear show. Okay. That
he still thinks
there,
it's a scam.
there's money being made
And
at
he
least
thinks
through
it's
the
immoral
absolute
from the
raw
jump.
gambling of it, right? And if you want to throw his money away, I mean, we can speak about fucking, oh yeah, you shouldn't do that or whatever. I get that. Yeah,
Well,
you shouldn't. But if he wants to, I mean, you can't. I mean, I think you're allowed to.
Of course.
Exactly.
But what boils down to him saying this: what I'm doing, I'm being
So are the
very
normal
honest.
casino?
We
Yeah.
agree. I'm not.
Why
I
don't you do a
acknowledge
fucking
that
normal casino stream then, dude? Why don't you fucking do a normal casino stream? Guess
are
what?
very
You can't,
upfront
because it's
about
fucking illegal.
the reality of gambling.
That's
okay?
the point.
Okay, thank you.
Dumbass.
Yes.
Why
And
do
so-
people think
and
this
so,
is a
but-
good
but
argument,
you're
dude?
You're saying that because I'm upfront
Yeah,
and
why don't you
honest
go to a
about the
legitimate
realities
American
of
website
gambling,
to
that
do
I'm not
sweep-
glorifying, I'm not
sweepstakes gambling,
beautifying
dude.
it. But that makes it okay. And while I will,
XQC rolled him on the rigged rolls, no shot.
well, if
You're
it's not
Crypto
okay,
is
then
more
why
of a
do you do it?
gamble, to be
I
honest.
think the speculation that the website could be juicing the rolls is a very understandable one. I don't think that, and that was his pure speculative point of view. And I don't disagree with him on that either.
And the people watching him.
And I do.
The reason why they're in Curacao is
Very
literally
often.
because they're unregulated.
Very often. Do you understand? Tell them gambling is not sustainable. It is not okay. Do not put a single dollar in. You will fucking lose. And I say it over and over. Not to, I show it with action. It's not like I'm sitting there winning and then saying don't gamble. In that way, it would be performative. You're right. But I am losing and losing and losing. But I'm having a good time.
I don't think the outcome should justify the route.
But I don't even give a
in this
fuck if
scenario.
they're-
It just should, I think it's irrelevant to even
For the
talk about
record,
it.
I've never even speculated that the rolls are rigged. I don't know why the fuck they're talking about this so much.
Acknowledge that what you're doing
I think
is
that
not okay, right?
is besides
But
the point.
At the same time, you're saying because you're up front,
I think that
you're
point is completely
justifying
unimportant.
yourself doing these streams. I'm saying that it doesn't justify the streams. And so that's where we're disagreeing. Just because you're upfront about how bad it is, it doesn't justify you doing it. The fact that you're self-aware about it does not absolve you of what you're doing.
We're not. First of all, I'm not looking to be absolved. That's number one.
There's an issue of should you be doing it or should you not be doing it. I think you should not be doing it. The fact that you're self-aware about it does not change my opinion about if you should be doing it or not.
Yeah, listen, and you have every right to have the opinion to think I shouldn't be doing it. Where we disagree is you spitting bullshit to try and somehow solidify why I shouldn't be doing it. Do you understand? So you're trying to change why I shouldn't be doing it from your opinion to some sort of fact because it's rigged, it's a scam, you know, there's weird shit going on. That's the problem. Do you understand? But if you think I shouldn't be doing it, that's completely fine. I know gambling's fucking bad. I say it every day. It is a terrible fucking thing. You will never fucking win. You'll be lucky to break even. That's the real gamble. Breaking even is winning some fucking how. And you will always
Dang,
lose.
that's a big boulder.
I don't think it's an unreasonable speculation to make that it could be rigged rolls.
To come back and lose
I don't think it's an unreasonable speculation.
It doesn't matter if it's rigged rolls. He's getting paid. It doesn't matter if it's fucking rigged.
I don't convince
right?
I'm transparent. It's okay. No, it's not okay. But I enjoy gambling. The difference is the streamers you talk to, they're gambling not because they love it. They're gambling because they're getting paid. You understand? And that is a larger problem. Because none of it is transparent, and there is.
You wanna go poop?
I agree. That's a bigger problem.
You wanna go outside?
You understand that? That's a huge problem.
I agree. I agree with you on that point.
You as a streamer, you losing or winning, okay, doesn't justify shit. Okay, it just doesn't. It's about the way you do it and what you portray while doing it. Okay, when I did my first gambling stream, I said, guys, I just bought 30K worth of crypto from Train. That money is lost. We already lost it. I didn't buy a fucking car or a lamp or a fucking bed. I bought a fucking piece of content. I legitimately, 30K, it's already lost. Well, let's have a good time with it, right? That's how I portrayed it because that's exactly how it was. The problem is it these other dudes that kind of like massive, like they're not being upfront about what's happening. If Train wants to say, guys, I'm buying 500K, right, and we're gambling it, and these are my wins or whatever, that's fine. But some of these other dudes, like, they'll get a big win. They don't keep all of it. The money was fake in the first place.
Yeah. So,
it's just a dishonest portrayal of gambling. It's fucking stupid. So the way they're losing it is terrible. So there's degrees of it. I think I agree with you, Ethan. I'm actually against Train on this. I feel like we shouldn't do it. And I get that. And that's an opinion. We're both right. We're both wrong.
I agree with
Steve
everything.
Says that you can, but there's degrees. Some people are doing
yes,
it
I
way
agree.
worse.
There's the degrees. And Trainwreck, I'll say this: if you disclose how much you're getting paid, if you can verify that the websites you are playing on are regulated by like legitimate gambling commissions.
Yeah, let's talk about the casino now.
If you hold on. If you can verify that it's all legit, over the table, and governed by legit gambling commissions, if you disclose how much you're being paid by them, and then I would say that's as close to clean about it and upfront about it as you can be. And it sounds like you are pretty upfront, and I agree that there are, you know, obviously layers to it. Like, take what Aiden Ross is doing. That's the worst case because he's not using his own money. His fans are especially kids, and he doesn't care about gambling. And he doesn't win or lose. It's just not even his
you got
money.
the bigger vein,
so
it's okay,
he
right?
really selling a fantasy world.
I think, yes, I think Phil Money sells false realities. I've talked to Aiden about this. Like,
just for the viewer, what the fuck is a Phil Money?
Phil Money is a false reality. Phil Money is where it's the same thing other streamers have taken, mutuals of h3, right? Phil Money is where a casino pays you 60K a month, let's say 60K a month or 80K a month, whatever the fuck it is. They pay you, and then what they do is they want you to keep that money protected. So what they do is every stream they give you deposits of $5,000, $5,000, $5,000, $5,000 continuously, and if you win, you keep 20%. And if you lose nothing, right? So it's a win-win situation, and you're selling a false reality because everyone that's watching you, they're taking full risk.
I love how these guys are totally
so
throwing Aiden under the bus.
You're
They're like,
taking
fuck
advantage,
you,
and
Aiden
you're
Ross.
selling a false reality, and that is fucking dangerous, right? So,
yeah, fuck them kids.
Very vocal about that, and I'm very against that,
That's
right?
so
And that's
funny.
why so like the same heat I get from the side of you guys, I'm getting it from the gambling community. Those motherfuckers hate me too, because I've come into the scene and I'm using raw balance, and I'm fucking talking about the transparency effect of the gambling world, and they fucking hate me. So I'm fighting a two-front war. I got you motherfuckers over here, and I got the gambling streamers over here. I'm in the middle. Goddamn cock meat sandwich. You understand? So.
Okay. I'm not against you. I didn't come here to fucking pincer you and clap you. All I said is that I've come to terms with
Ethan is
agreements.
asking. Ethan just texted me to ask me if I want to come on. I said I think it's gonna get heated if I get on.
And why it shouldn't be bad. And I feel like
Can
you're
you invite
absolutely entitled.
Hassan? Do you guys mind if Hassan joins?
And you're absolutely entitled to you saying that it is okay and doing it up until it could be regulated or stopped or whatever. But I feel we need to remain. We have to remain rooted in reality, where we know there's degrees, right, that are like exponential, right? Where some of them at the very bottom of the ladder, and it ramps up to fucking scumlord, dog shit, trash, real fast, real quick, and it's bad for everybody. That's the main problem. Is when you guys use broad
effect
terms
is all the same,
and you.
though. I mean,
Yeah, no, it's not. You lump us with the fuckers that sell an idea.
Are you watching this?
No, listen. You're lumping the scum lords with the scam lords. You're doing it again.
Can you guys hear me?
Ultimately, like all fucking roads lead to the ocean, right? Like, come on, dude. I mean, like, you're doing it one way, he's doing another way. Yours is a little better, but ultimately,
that's a slippery slope, Ethan.
All fucking rivers lead to the ocean, dude.
Oh, what's next, Ethan? I opened 10 loot boxes. I'm going to jail. What the fuck?
If you want to get the argument,
why not? Why not?
Can you guys hear me or no?
This is also Scuff. Is this the Scuff podcast? Am I right?
Slippery slope is a fallacious argument. You can't use that. It's a logical fallacy.
The world doesn't mean that what you're doing isn't bad.
Okay.
Slippery slope is
Hasan, are you there?
No. Slippery slope is literally a logical fallacy. It's like making an argument about like any law.
I got kicked from the Vosh Discord because I mentioned
don't use terms that are more than 5 syllables.
Dylan Burns' suicide attempt, and they got really butthurt about that.
Yeah, but if you use
And also I said the word hentai
Hold on. I'm gonna disconnect. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna come in and out.
They have a tag called pervert. And I said,
can you hear me now?
Oh, what's up? Like, you know, any good hentai? Or no, I was like, you know, what's up with the hentai tag or something like that? And everybody freaked out. And I was like, dude, I was literally just talking about the tag. And they were like, well, you have to talk about the non-safe for work stuff in the non-safe for work channel. And they got really fucking insanely butthurt about it.
Sorry, hold on.
I feel like we've, I'll talk while you fix this. I feel like we've shifted ever since I joined the call from promoting to kids to gambling just being bad in general, right? Like, and I think now I'm
deadly as mice.
Yeah, but the primary argument used to kind of like muddy the waters is that we're sitting here, and you included me in this, which I find odd because I'm probably one of the few streamers that, you know, caters to a much older audience. Are there kids watching? Sure, but I'm not catering to them. I'm trying to get them out as much as I can, and if Twitch gives me more tools, I'll get them out all together, right? So we need to figure out what you're talking about here. Are you talking about people who are catering to children and promoting to children, knowing they're promoting to children? Or are we talking about gambling is just bad in general, and even if you're streaming to an older audience, it should be gone, right? Like, I need to figure out where this is going, because I feel like the argument.
Either way, it's real good content.
Yes, that's what happens generally with conversation.
That's for sure.
But there's different layers that we've.
It's real good content.
Because I've gotten here.
I don't need to go back and relitigate every single point. Let me just try to get Hasan's mic working.
Can you guys hear me or no?
Yeah, we hear you.
I mean, everyone else can hear me. I think it's an in-studio problem, probably.
Can't we hear him?
No, Hasan. His producers are multi-billionaire market leaders. Their audio is not scuffed. It's yours, you fucker. Fix your shit, you pussy.
No, there's probably
it's yours to fuck.
Listen, there's probably a problem with you know, getting it into Ethan's speakers or ears or something.
Point, Dan. If we can't hear Hasan's, he might be right that it is on our side.
Yeah, maybe.
It most likely is, yeah.
Why can't we hear Hasan?
It's because of the camera. Hasan,
turn off your camera.
Turn off your camera and enable on your OBS.
Wait, really?
Is allergic.
Okay.
And then
Can you
leave
hear
the
me
call
now?
and come back in. Leave the call and come back in.
It's this one.
Oh.
No. You again. Leave the call, but join with the phone, not with the camera.
Okay. All right, how about now? Can you hear me now?
Oh.
Yeah, get me unbanned, dude. I already filled out the unban form because at first they kicked me and then they banned me.
Doing a decent
they literally
job,
dogpiled me. As soon as I started talking, they're just freaking the fuck
here.
out. they're like, not safe for work, not safe for work, not safe for work, and I'm like, okay, look, the talking about not safe for work is way fucking different than actually posting not safe for work shit. But mods don't care because they're insane and they're unpaid, so they're rabid.
Okay.
Because if you're unpaid, then the only way you can do your job is through numbers.
Especially when it comes
so
to
if you have higher
slot
numbers,
streams,
then that means you're a better
really
moderator.
bad. I've been saying this since day one. This is my day one argument. I think it's terrible. And if you want to understand why it's terrible, look no further than Trainwreck's own personal experience. Train, do you want other people to be subjected to the same experience that you yourself have subjected yourself to? Because the reason why you get paid $1 million a month from Stake is not because they're fucking idiots, but because obviously there's a return on their investment there where a bunch of people are getting caught up in a similar problem. That's the issue at hand.
If you use that as a content pivot or a content guide for you, no content will ever make sense. If you say,
why?
Because I feel like it's just an odd argument.
Why is that? No, I don't think it's an odd argument.
No, it's not.
I don't think it's an odd argument at all. There's a reason why. There's a reason why. There's a reason why there's so much regulation around gambling and also even alcohol and other vices, right?
He's answering a question that was posed to him.
Yeah. First, let me respond. No, because Hasan asked me a question first. Did he not? Yes, he did. So let me answer the question.
Don't do anything. Come back.
And then he can respond to his. So let me answer your question. The way I go about it, from when I talk to him, okay? I stay transparent as possible, and I show the reality of gambling on my stream. You understand? By not taking any of this bullshit, shady deals, no fake money, I show new people who might have not seen gambling before the real bullshit of gambling. You will lose, and you will be very, very, very lucky to even break even. It is a terrible thing. I have a good time. Just wait. The people that are being paid, you know, or me getting paid to gamble on their site, the people targeted aren't new people. It's people who are using the other sites that are gambling regardless. Do you understand? Those people are looking to be transferred onto that are gamblers like me. Any new people, that's why constantly I talk and constantly I stay transparent about how shitty gambling is. My gambling pay or me gambling.
You can't possibly be making an argument that like what you're doing is a positive, right? Like about.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Like educating people on the terrible side of gambling, right? That's not what you're saying.
No, 100% I'm not saying that.
Okay.
This is unquantifiable, and I think it's rerouting the damage elsewhere. But when I think it's like a blanket thing. I think it's across the board.
Now let me just explain another thing as far as like the slippery slope argument goes, right? There are certain things that are completely regulated and even restricted to advertise on Twitch, on every other platform. For example, a lot of these gamble streams would not fly, especially ones where like they're staking you. They would not fly on YouTube at all. They would just not. That would not happen. The only reason why we're able to do that here is because the only reason why we're able to do that on Twitch is because Twitch does not regulate it. Now,
why do we care? Is YouTube the law? What?
No, it's not.
When has YouTube became the model of our existence?
No, I'm not saying
I'm gonna
that.
Go out there on the street and do dumb shit. But do they do it on YouTube? Let me Google this. Can I do dumb shit like this in real life? Oh no! You can't do it.
Where was this argument of the sexual content, right?
What is
Can I finish my point? Can I finish my point? Hold on. Just hold on.
Okay.
The reason why said regulations exist is because of the incalculable harm that it does when you're promoting a dangerous vice like gambling, sometimes to even younger audiences. It's not even a think of the kids
Twitch
argument
politics.
at that point. It's
I was
just
banned on
that
Twitch politics for being mean.
It's still a bad and wrong thing to do, and I think your personal experience.
Re-education camps. Yeah, no, it's not leftist whatsoever. They pretend to be leftist, and they're the farthest fucking thing
It's not
from
like they're
it.
getting paid hundreds of thousands, if not millions behind the door. But no, they don't get the code in the description. Oh no, what are we gonna do?
Why do you think? Why do you think?
Code that's restricted. That's it.
Why do you think there are restrictions around gamble streams and slot streams and just gambling in general? Like, why do you think you have to leave a certain? Why do you think you have to leave a certain state in order to be able to gamble freely on an offshore gambling website? Why don't you go to a regular sweepstakes website, for example?
Because American laws are the way they are, and
Yeah. Do you understand why there are laws around this specific issue?
same way that there's laws with drinking, smoking.
Agreed.
Right.
Agreed.
It's a vice.
Okay.
We're gonna bring up.
It causes damage to people.
Would you do an affiliate? Would you do an affiliate code? Would you do an affiliate code for smoking cigarettes on stream if you were paid enough money? And
I don't know. You were the one sitting here the other day with Miskip. Was
See, I told you, Weep Loop, all they wanted was my information, and now that they got it through that fucking identifier bullshit, that's all they care about.
There's a difference between alcohol
all that
and
matters.
Would you? There's still regulation. There is still regulation surrounding.
Backpedal up in this bitch.
It's not a backpedal. I'm asking you a direct question, and instead of answering it, you're deflecting. Would you smoke a cigarette on stream or multiple bogues on stream, and then tell your fans like XQC, codename Juicer, if you use the affiliate code, you can get a fucking Marlboro Red.
We don't do that for gambling though. We don't do that. We talk about no.
And as far as the drinking alcohol goes, as far as the unethical nature of like alcoholic content or whatever, I don't know how Miskip's audience demographic, but I've worked with, I have worked with, and also on top of that, just wait. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. I can't speak specifically.
Go ahead.
Okay, stop malding. Just listen. I can't speak specifically for Miskip's situation. Okay, but there's 2 points I'm gonna make. Number one, in most circumstances, when you are promoting alcohol, the alcohol provider that is buying gambling on your inventory will request your demographics to ensure that a certain percentage of it is above the age of 21 or 18 if applicable to the international audience. Now, I don't know if that's the case, but regardless, if Miskip was literally mainlining Fireball and getting fucking absolutely wasted and then drunk driving, he would literally, if he was doing that on stream, he would get banned. He would get absolutely fucking banned. Bedmeister unironically got banned for being sloppy as shit and completely fucking straight up drunk. He got banned.
It's a self-harm rule, Hasan, not a fucking ethics, morals, or law rule. You can't get
self-harm.
blacked out.
Wait, what's the ethics behind the self-harm rule then? No, you're right. What's the ethics and the morality behind self-harm? Why can't you show self-harm on Twitch then? Except for slots, apparently. But why can't you show self-harm on Twitch?
Oh, yikes. No, you don't get to do that.
Okay, come on, answer my question. It's a simple question. Why can't you show self-harm? Why can't you show self-harm on Twitch, you think?
The reasons don't matter.
No, it does matter.
Becoming poor is self-harm.
Those reasons are literally the reason why we are having this conversation to begin with around morality and ethics. Self-harm is not allowed on the content because it promotes a horrifyingly destructive set of behaviors that if an impressionable audience were to follow, they would fucking engage in self-harm. Now, that's precisely why getting fucked up. That's precisely why getting fucked up on alcohol to a degree where you're like, you literally can't comprehend or can't work around and walk around will get you banned because, again, to your impressionable audience, regardless of age, that is really destructive behavior. Now go on.
You would get banned if you did the same thing with water. If you were to conduct in a way that would self-harm you or kill you with water, you'd get banned just as much as if it was with alcohol. The end game possible worst outcome is irrelevant.
What?
It's irrelevant.
Water is not an addictive substance. It's one that you need for survival, whereas alcohol is a vice, which is a more applicable, argument in this situation.
You jumped.
Do you unironically think that, do you unironically think the self-harm?
No, you jumped from drinking alcohol to dying on stream. You made that jump.
Dying on stream? I didn't say dying on stream is bannable.
Yeah.
I said drinking alcohol to a degree where you are so sloppy drunk. Wait, I can't hear you. You got cut off.
I really feel like
we have that jump. I did. You did it.
It's so crazy. Like as
and
soon
even
as
then,
XQC and I joined the call, we have went from streamers promoting a scam to kids to some like 17 other evolved fucking arguments that I've never heard you guys, like, it's the craziest it's like anything to get your narrative across. It's the weirdest shit I've heard in my life.
No, my narrative has been
weirdest
consistent since day one. I don't even know if slots or stake is, or the slot machines that they utilize, the IP that they use, which is a third-party IP. I don't even know if they're scammable or not. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me if they're scammable or not. I don't know. I don't even know why we're talking about this. I never made that assertion, but I do totally understand why Ethan, given all of his previous experiences like CS:GO lottos and all this other shit.
Dude, Sawhorse, you can't say this ain't good content, bro. You can't say this ain't good. It ain't good content, bro. This is some content, bro.
Yeah, you cannot lump
This is
that.
some real shit, bro.
I am not even saying that. I never made that assertion.
I was trying to listen to the Destiny Cedar debate, and that was the most annoying, sad shit I'd ever heard in my entire life. This shit's
very
real.
subtly and kind of in a general way doesn't specify what he means and what he's talking about when he says, let me finish. In my past, when you say in my past, I have dealt with these gambling institutions and they can rig their stuff, right? You need to specify. You were in this CS:GO world. No shit, they can rig their shit. They made their own slots. They made their own fucking
unregulated
skins.
gambling site. It
They
wasn't.
made their own shit. There's providers here that are.
Yeah, they don't get that here though. They don't get that. I explained it
Look,
already.
at the end
they
of the
didn't
day,
get it.
dude, it boils down to we all agree it's wrong, right? We all agree it's fucked up, right?
I don't think Train does, but I don't know.
I don't think Train does.
Gambling is bad, yes.
Okay, so then where we diverge is that you
Man,
say,
children.
"I know it's bad,
Wow,
but
we
I'm gonna
poop.
do
High
it
road
because
much?
I'm having
Jesus.
That's it. We disagree.
Like many other
You're willing
vices
to
us
do
human
it.
beings have, right?
Oh, but you're influencing people. That's the difference.
I'm not in.
And
yes,
you're being
I'm-
paid a shitload of money.
which
I don't-
I use to gamble, and
Okay,
I
well,
lose all of it.
The fact that you're losing
I'm an
money
adult,
doesn't
therefore
make
I'm
it
better.
okay. It just means you're a
Okay,
bad
dude.
gambler. Gamblers are bad
No,
at the end of the
see,
day.
wait, what you just said being a bad gambler, if anything, now you have sold.
You're being paid.
You have done more
Nuts.
damage there than I have on my stream. Saying that me losing money is I'm a
nuts.
You saying that you're
You-
telling me
I
that
said
me
all
losing.
Okay, there's a
bad.
point
All
on that as
gamblers are
well that
You
I want to
saying
make.
that I'm a bad
You
gambler
are being paid.
implies there's a good gambler.
No, I just said all gamblers are bad immediately afterwards, so there's no need to latch onto it. We all agree it's bad. If you're being paid $1 million a month plus, do it. So you turn your head to
$1 million.
Okay.
Imagine
I
being
don't
paid
turn my
$1
head to
million.
do it.
There's an
For
additional,
anyone.
there's an
I do it
additional point to make
regardless.
here.
Yeah,
I don't need to get
with
paid to do it.
Trainwreck
Yeah.
talking about
You-
Trainwreck,
you're
you
willingly
talking
doing
about how
something
you're a
you acknowledge is
deterrent.
bad.
You talking about how you're a deterrent, Trainwreck, is not a good argument either, especially
Trainwreck.
Trainwreck.
I'm
Tyler.
not providing an
You
argument,
talking about that?
Hassan,
Okay,
to
you talking about
why
that
I
doesn't mean
rationalize it.
anything because here, you and I both know this because I'm a fucking addict myself, okay? And even on
What?
like Grand Theft Auto Roleplay when I was playing No Pixel, it was with fake fucking money. You and I both know that you see those wins and you're like, oh, I could get that too, because the wins outweigh and completely overshadow the losses. The wins are a significantly more important motivator
How do you
for
even
people
do
to go
that?
out and
How do you
gamble
even get paid $1
than
million?
the losses are
You
as
know?
a deterrent. So you could be losing
Like,
for
what
19
bank?
hours in a fucking row, and someone could be
context,
watching you for
bank allows you
19
to
hours,
do
but
that?
they see you get that win,
Yes.
and that dopamine is what guides
Without
them to
con-
do this.
Without context, sure, but with the way my streams are structured,
Okay,
I
I
don't
need to
believe
go to
that's the
this
case
house.
at all. I think the way I gamble and the awareness I give, I think it's doing the best it can for new gamblers. You understand? I'm gambling for me. I'm gambling for fucking fun. That's what I do. You understand? I'm not pushing toward this younger audience. I'm not catering to them. I'm not doing it for the bag of gambling. If I was, I would have taken a fake money deal. I'm sitting there. I'm doing my thing. I'm
I think
having
as long
fun.
as you disclose everything, then it's like.
I agree. I'm disclosing all of my shit.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's good
sitting
you
there and doing my
disclosed it.
thing. You
I'm
understand?
actually really, I think it's
it's
really
another
good that you
opinions.
disclose today how much you're making because I think it's important people know that for watching you play.
Okay, no, I generally think that this is like the fucking Twitter bait mentality, where you say, oh, that'll make it okay. They do it. Nah. What about that? They do it. No, but with this, nah.
Wait, what? What
You
is
don't-
it? What
you
is the
don't-
argument? I'm confused by what you're saying.
It's just pulling more and more, and nobody's you're never happy. You're outraged. We get it. Gamba equals bad. Oh,
Yeah,
no, we get
we
it.
all agree.
If you
What,
just
what do you want?
there's gonna be a next step after that. Well,
We all agree. Gamba is bad.
I feel like if he does that, right? And you wouldn't be happy.
What's even worse? What's even worse than Gamba is being paid by Gamba companies.
But here's the thing.
And
Gambling,
then not disclosing it, which you did now. Which
in a lot of countries, such as Canada, gambling is legal. These guys have a license in Canada.
If I put my stuff here,
there's
though,
an older demographic that enjoys it. There's an older
I can only get
demographic
it here.
that likes watching it, and there's an older demographic that enjoys it. Correct?
Tell me, do you have demographic information?
So why? I posted on my Twitter. Yes. So why?
you did?
Yeah. So
what is it?
So why is it the case that we've somehow shifted to gambling is bad overall and shouldn't be streamed for everyone? But we started out gambling shouldn't be streamed toward kids and promoted to kids.
Trent, I got you,
They don't
Trent.
exclude each other.
I'm confused.
So it starts at the top, Trent, and it's a breakdown. It starts at deceiving paid for Gamba is bad. Then it's paid Gamba is bad. Then it's Gamba promotion is bad. Then it's Gamba is bad. Like you just don't get there. We understand.
Wait, that's all correct to varying degrees.
No, it's not. Here's my problem.
That's all correct to varying degrees. You are correct. I don't know why you keep making that.
Before me and XQC joined, this all started with scammers, rigged. That's what it started as. Now we're just sitting here virtually.
Okay, I mentioned this already. I don't know why you guys are hyper focusing on this because, like, one,
because it's serious.
We didn't even it was a fucking it was a brief aside in an overarching conversation about promoting gambling to people and how that's bad to do. And the reason why I guess you're hyper focusing on it is because like it's speculative and it's the only part that is not tangible or tangible.
That is incorrect.
And
you know that.
XQC literally agrees with the rest of the fucking points that Ethan made, so I'm already confused on the rest of this conversation.
Here's the problem that I have with you, Hasan, and Ethan.
The difference is that you're saying, I'm not saying you can't do it. Clearly you are and you can. The difference is you've decided not to do it. You agree it's bad. You agree it has a negative effect on the people that watch you. We all agree that not disclosing is even worse, right? Not disclosing that you're unsponsored or not playing with your own money, that's even worse. But ultimately, you know, is it ethical to be playing slot machines while being paid millions of dollars from the sponsor on Twitch? Is it ethical? No, I don't think so. But you I think you agree on all those points, but you continue to do it. So what can I say?
I think there's degrees of it. I feel like if
Murph, get off there.
This is my
I get it. You're hungry.
I've completely stopped it. But I think everybody's not their opinion.
Why did you stop?
I think my opinion is
Why
that.
did you stop gambling, XQC?
Okay, I seriously said this on stream. I love talking about this. Okay, so Gamba, I'm very easily addicted. Okay, when I play and I play a lot. Things feel weird. Maybe you guys don't get that. Okay, I'm like a dopamine, like a tick, 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 tick.
That's what Gamba.
I've had like a full like 4 days after Gamba where things just didn't feel right. Where a normal win, a normal whatever, anything that was positive was kind of flat. Like and now it was kind of kicking in a little bit. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, your home runs got imbalanced because you got too used to the fucking dopamine hit from winning like a shitload of crypto.
Yeah, you're describing being addicted. You know,
yeah.
and having.
Okay.
That's it. And then you,
Okay. Which brings.
Do you want people in your audience to get into a similar situation?
Exactly.
That's the question.
Okay. There goes now. Here's my point.
The pros and cons is like, do I let my audience get sucked into this, or do I take $1 million plus a month? That's the choice you face.
Okay.
That is such a misrepresentation of the choice.
Exactly what's happening.
Because
that is not what's happening.
Okay, no. If the rude behavior of your gambling is that you're going to make money and misrepresent it,
Murphy.
that's your main goal, to make the bag.
Okay, fine, dude.
Misrepresent and scam. Yeah, that's the opposite.
You want to prove me wrong, train
no, wait. If you're
take the money. Don't take the money.
Out the front door. Don't you never
I'm doing it for content.
If your argument, excuse me 1 sec. If your argument is all around me taking the money, you're not, then it tells me and it paints a picture to anyone intelligent what you're actually arguing here in your actual stance. You understand? Me taking $1 million and then using that $1 million to add to the funds I'm already gambling with shouldn't make any difference to any virtue signaling argument you're making. Any of it. It shouldn't make any difference because I'm transparent. I'm disclosing what I'm making and I'm using it plus my own money to gamble. If you need me to take the $1 million out and not use it to gamble, I'm still on the same site. that you say is
I don't believe
damaging.
you.
So why does your argument change? Do you
'Cause I
understand?
don't
That's
believe
what
you.
tells me this is some petty shit. It's a show.
Because I don't believe you. I don't think you would be gambling like you are if you weren't being paid $1 million.
I've been gambling for 5 fucking years. I've been gambling in every fucking form on Twitch.
I think the
for
other
last
part of this.
fucking-
Okay. I know you're a degenerate. I know you, Tyler. I know you're a degenerate. But the problem is like, you don't
Why is
want
H3 on Twitch? Because he has 40,000 followers. That's why he's going. That's why he's doing this whole fucking
on
thing
top
right
of
now.
that. So, because the
hello?
reason why you're down,
Like, hello?
No. The reason
Why is
you-
H3 on
the
Twitch?
reason why
I don't
you
know.
have
Why isn't he
financial
on
security
TikTok?
right now to be able to have a fucking
Come on, dude.
$2.3 million loss and recover from that, partially is the consequence that of your sponsorship.
Found that highly offensive.
I have
because
not
apparently he's a
recovered
crypto
from it.
billionaire.
I have not recovered from it.
I know you haven't. But what keeps
the
you
reason I
motivated,
could survive
what keeps
is
you motivated, and what
streamer
keeps you
money.
going
It's
is because
streamer-
one, you're
it's
addicted,
streamer
and
money.
two, you still have one, you're addicted, and two, you have like either cryptocurrency from before or whatever.
crypto
But
billionaire.
most people are not in your shoes,
So
they're getting into that situation when they
But I
see you get those
disclosed
big
that.
wins.
Hassan, I let them know, do not do this. Listen, here's what I say specifically. Even if I lose, I have a way out. Do you understand? I can pick up 6 different sponsors. I can come back. I make this clear every fucking 30 goddamn minutes that I have a way out. If you spend your shit, you're gone. There's no way out. There's nothing. You're fucked. Do you understand?
I know, but there's a reason why. There's a reason why Gamblers Anonymous and other websites urge you to never, ever, ever get like around gambling. It's like saying, look, I'm an alcoholic. I'm an
if you're gonna give me
alcoholic,
the-
and I'm just going to. I'm an alcoholic, and I'm just gonna fucking go to the bar.
That argument isn't fair
Because
if
people
you're
are saying I can drink responsibly.
Hassan, if you're gonna give me that argument, then I need you guys to put together a podcast and be this fucking hyper focused on gambling as you or this hyper focused on drinking and other addictive things as you are on gambling. Where
If
the
you
fuck
were
is this
if
shit
you were
everywhere
going to a
else?
bar, okay, that could fucking somehow
So you're telling me-
deliver. If you were doing sponsorships for a fucking bar that like delivers alcohol to you, okay, no matter what your age is, because there are ways around the age restrictions, as
Yes, there are.
we've all
Yes,
talked about.
exactly.
That's a stretch and a half.
But that's not a stretch and a half, because that's the whole that's the whole problem.
There is a way around age
There's a
restrictions
reason
for
why
drinking and
there's a
smoking.
reason why these
For
websites
drinking and
shut down
smoking,
and then
right?
reopen under different names. There's a reason why they're based out of Curacao or whatever the fuck, rather than Canada. And there are real like legal sweepstakes websites out there, but
Right, so
they
why-
are fully
so instead of
regulated,
doing-
and
so
some
instead
states
of-
have decided that they're illegal to participate in. Like
So
Texas.
instead of jumbling them all up and painting every casino the same color, have you done research on Stake? Because before I picked up anything, I've done research. Stake's been around for 4 years. Before that 4 years, there was another company, right, that they left that was been around for 10 years, and some of them left, made Stake. They've been around for 4 years. They will be around for another 10 years. There's so much if you just do a little research instead of just talking out your ass and basing this off of CS:GO fucking Lotto that you can go look at. Do you understand?
I'm not basing
There's
it off of
so
CS:GO
much.
Lotto. I don't know anything about CS:GO Lotto. I wasn't around when that shit was popping off. Okay, I can't even make that comparison because I'm
Hassan, I have
unfamiliar.
a question. I'm genuinely curious. If nobody was paid for at all, and they decided to take their long-term streamer earnings, 3 mil, and gamble the fuck out of it over the span of 4 months, would you think about it or talk about it differently?
Yeah. And people have been doing that. I still think it's bad. Oh, 100%.
Why would you
I
talk
think
about it
it's
differently?
because it's because to me that is the equivalent of fucking slots are the equivalent of heroin.
So then it's
okay?
not about the kids. So then it's not about the kids.
And it's
So
the
why are we talking
equivalent of
about the
fucking
kids?
being an
You
alcoholic.
talk about it differently.
And it's the equivalent of being an alcoholic on stream.
Then you would argue it the same way,
What?
right? No?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question again?
Then you would argue it the same way.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Or not?
How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm pretty good. Just listening to Hasan, XQC, Trainwreck, H3, you know, talk about Gamba.
Whether somebody paid or not, then don't bring it up.
I'm not doing that.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
I've never done that. I think it's
Yeah.
still bad.
You're overplaying the
It's
importance.
not
Not gonna
bad.
lie, I look way
You're
better than
overplaying
you.
when it doesn't. That's just stupid.
You only have one
Still
weapon.
bad.
What?
It's still bad.
No, I don't.
Just like
Where's
when
your
I was
other
talking
weapon?
about
Oh my
trains,
god, where is it? Where is it?
machines
It's
and
right
everything else,
here!
regardless.
Bam! Ba-pow!
It's just varying degrees. of bad.
Oh yeah, it's fucking
Just because
great.
it is less bad
I love
doesn't
it.
mean it's not bad.
I'm rocking with the hatchet and the bow.
Yeah, nice. That's pretty good. That's a good combo. That would counter me pretty well.
With the reason to get a bunch of damage off.
See, I give him one of those, and it roots him, and then I'm like, yeah, and then after I'm out of mana, I switch it up. I'm like,
it started with rigged.
I heal myself. I raise my mana. Bye bye.
That we don't know that the streamers are in. You understand? Starting it with that. And now that we're in the conversation,
that's not what he started it with. That's what XQC took out of the conversation because he agreed with like most of the other points that Ethan had made.
That is what it started with before XQC even got involved.
Oh, you feeling good, Merv?
That is what's
aspect of a lot is that
but you can't say it and
he's
jumble us
licking.
all
He's
up into it
licking
without
hard.
doing research.
I literally said you guys aren't doing
Damn, this is such good
the difference
content.
between what you're doing and CSGO is that those guys own the fucking website. How many times do I have to say that?
Yeah, but even the casino now, have you done research into the casino now?
They did not know about
Other
providers
casinos, I cannot
they
speak
didn't know
for.
about, they did not know about providers until I told them about it.
You don't know about providers, you're not a casino, you're about the hosting.
No,
Just do a little
I know
research
that
and
there's
then
a
we'll come
third
talk.
party I know that there's a third party that licenses that same software out to multiple different companies. That's why I'm saying it's irrelevant to the point, the overarching point of this argument. Like, just because something is rigged, it doesn't mean
it's relevant.
It's worse when it's rigged. It's definitely worse when it's rigged. But regardless of whether it's rigged or not, it's still bad behavior that you're promoting.
I can tell you for sure that most of these shady websites are probably going to do everything in their power not to pay out winners.
What?
That's a step. What?
Yeah, what is that? What are you saying?
What are you saying? I'm confused.
Shady casinos that accept crypto will fucking not pay people out on their winnings. They'll accuse them of cheating or.
Is there any
editorial side or your factual side?
Is there any evidence of that, or even any reliable testimony on a heavy hitter kind website or energy
I don't know
leaders?
if I don't know if you guys are playing on heavy hitter websites.
Yeah. What?
Dude, Ethan, you're so out of your league, dude. You're just giving him so much content. It's ridiculous. This is effectively, this entire thing has effectively been a
scam bullshit.
Wait, this is really, hey, XQC, I don't think you want to say that. I actually don't think you want to say that, especially considering the fact that you thought it was bad and you stopped doing that. I don't think you want to fucking say that especially when you don't know, especially when it's crypto backed. I'm sorry to say this, but like, there's a reason why it's crypto based, and there's a reason why it's in some bumfuck fucking random island, and that's where it's based out of. And the reason is because they want to skirt regulations. Like, come on, you don't. I'm not saying that they're 100% going to do this, but there's an additional layer of being risk averse there.
They are licensed in Canada. Like, I'm confused.
No, wait.
I don't know which website
not
you're
in a
playing
way
on.
that fucks the user up. The way that Ethan is portraying it, that he's applying in a blanket across all sites and promotions onto he's doing a blanket all of them. Do you understand that? Now, what he's saying is that people are getting scammed across the board. Is there any evidence that
I don't know if you know this, but you know there's a risk to even having a fuckload of money in your PayPal, like there's even a risk to having
can't use abilities
in your bank. There's a level that's not FDIC insured. This goes significantly beyond that. That's what I'm trying to say.
So I'm confused here. Are we still talking about?
I'll admit this. I need to look into what casinos these Twitch players are playing on. I was under the assumption that the websites people are playing on, especially like Aiden, and I don't know what website you play on.
Murphy.
I play on Stake.
Okay,
just
so
you can do
I'll
research.
Yeah, I'll have to look into like where these are regulated, what software they use. It could be possible that you're playing on a totally legit one, and that's great. That's much better. But I have a feeling the one that Aiden Ross is playing on, I need to do research. But I've seen the way that they communicate and they pay him and shit. Is that this is a website.
Oh, now you want to go outside, Mirror?
It's not above the board.
Yeah, now that you're all
these kinds of
now that you're all
websites,
fullsies.
Is that they can fudge numbers.
Yeah.
And not only that, when they don't fudge the statistics, if somebody wins a big jackpot, they will make every excuse and make every possible effort not to pay them, which includes accusing them of cheating somehow or giving them onerous amounts of documents to have to submit to the point where they can say we can't verify your ID. This is the tactics that are well known by unregulated gambling sites to, which is they're basically committing a fraud to not pay people out, and then once the authorities get involved, they just scram with all the money. This has been something that's scams has been going around the world with stuff like all kinds of gambling
You are right.
websites. I don't want to say
Then
some.
you are right.
But I don't know. But
these
I'll
websites
just to finish. Trainwreck. It sounds like you're playing on a legitimate one, so I don't want to say that. So I need to do research, but it sounds like you're playing on a well-regulated Canadian casino. So I don't think that applies to you.
Okay,
It's not a Canadian
some of
casino,
these
just
guys,
licensed
providers,
Canadian.
they
It's
own
never-
real life casinos. They're established. They're
Especially when they
legit.
pay crypto, then
Do you
that's
know-
extra shitty. It's
Yeah,
like they just
they're
fucking
real life
disappeared.
casinos in fucking Curacao, though, dude. There's a reason for that.
Okay, we're talking about the user side of things and how it fucks the user and how they're getting scammed. Now we're talking about the regulation and the legality of the physical casino.
Well, I think it's immoral, and also in most cases it's illegal. Not every law is fucking bad.
You're
Oh
you're
my
jumping to some weird
That's-
legality dog shit to
I
disprove
cannot-
the
I-
morality.
No, I'm
actually-
talking about the morality as well. I think I covered it
I just
extensively as
can't
far
believe
as like
you
promoting
don't
addictive
then.
behavior that is like genuinely
don't go to
fucking
the
life ruining. And then also on top of that, I'm backing it up with
What?
additional
No, I got
layers of
dogpiled on
legality as well,
the Twitch politics.
while tying the legality back
I didn't
to
get
morality and the
baited. I didn't
reasons
get
for why that
baited.
law exists.
Samantha
in the first
Banana
place,
is
or
an
some
absolute
regulation
is the
exists in first
moderator
place,
there.
and
Okay,
then showing
Samantha
how
Banana
state
is the
different because it's
admin
able to
of Twitch
skirt away
politics.
from that
Okay, that
regulation.
stupid little Discord
And the
server,
reason why they
right?
are able to do that is
And
because it's called offshore gambling.
They
When
fucking
regular
hate
sweepstakes
me.
websites
All right,
exist,
do you
the reason why they
understand?
do this is because
They will use
they're doing
whatever
shady shit.
stupid ass bullshit drama
Listen.
saying in order to
If this was
get rid of
shady
it.
at all,
Okay, do you understand?
Canada would not
Like-
license them to operate in Canada.
I don't know
That's
what you
one.
mean by Canada has licensed them. Canada does not have the same level of restrictions on online gambling that the United States does, but that doesn't mean that, or different states in the United States does, but that doesn't mean that they're like licensed in Canada. I don't know what you mean by that.
They have a license to operate in Canada. You understand?
Is there somebody else?
That's what I mean by that. And number
Is that
two,
lag?
it's weird how just because it's
Oh
crypto,
yeah, Merv, are you
attaching
upset?
Shady.
I've never heard of
Mervy, are
it.
you upset because I said I was gonna
Yeah,
let
it's
you
bad.
outside
I
and
agree.
I'm
It's,
not?
I think it is.
It's just like-
I think it's malicious and out of bad faith. They just lump in the bottom 1%
100%,
scammy
yes.
dogs and exit scam trash
I
with like the
literally
top
just
heavy
made
hitters,
that-
the
I just-
juicers.
I'm not doing that.
in
I'm
real
saying
life
all-
casinos. And
Yeah, you're saying because
No,
it's
I think I'm
crypto, it has
consistent
to
on
have
this.
shady. Yeah, you're saying because they're using crypto, they have to
How
be
about
shady and they're
crypto?
doing
Oh my
shady
God.
shit. It's just
I
weird
li-
to me.
I
No.
literally just made a crowbar separation between like
I'm not talking to you,
legitimate
I was talking to
license.
Hasan.
Okay.
No, I think it's
I was
all
talking to
bad,
Hasan.
but I think
Hasan
crypto
just said
provides
because
an
it's
additional
crypto, they
layer. Crypto provides an additional layer of skirting authorities, and that's precisely why they
Totally.
operate in crypto, and that's precisely why they operate out of a fucking island rather than a legal Canadian casino. If it was, if they wanted to get involved in like a legitimate gambling scheme, they could have had an American casino or even a Canadian casino that is literally based in Canada and can use the Canadian dollar or just fiat currency in general.
Here's what's crazy. No, real quick. X,
I
please,
think
please,
I
please.
think crypto's pretty cool though.
X, please, real quick, please, real quick.
Real money
Okay.
shit, it's fucking cancer. Just forget it.
Here is my problem I have right now, and I'm gonna be as clear as I can for the you know
And
people
I tried to
who
log
can't-
into Stake, but it wouldn't
For
even
the-
let me from the United States.
Exactly, yeah. So for the people that can't understand this,
But why did they
we
ban you?
just
I
went-
don't
we
remember.
just
I told
jumped
you.
from-
And it doesn't matter because they will pick
Uploading-
whatever
Hold
reason
on,
they
wait,
want
I'm
to
not gonna
ban
start.
me.
We
Because
just
Samantha
jumped from
Banana
people-
is a fucking cunt.
Here was the entire argument before I even joined. When I was
She's
sitting
a
there playing
fucking
Rust
evil
for 29
cunt.
hours. Just
And
wait,
so
let
are
me
most
finish.
Americans.
Just play
That's
Rust.
just how it is.
Yo.
Because all they care about
Look at my
is
screen, you guys.
sucking the people off,
Trainwreck.
the right
This
people
is their
off
headquarters,
that
bro,
they
on
can
Google
in
Maps.
order to get as much
Give me
money
a
as they
second here.
possibly
No,
can.
this is
Like that's all.
important.
That's all that matters to them. They don't give a shit about anything else.
See,
How have we gone from
Yeah.
the argument
And Banana's
of
one of
kids
them.
promoting and catering to
Especially
kids,
one of them.
and now we're talking about
An absolute
crypto?
trash.
You got
Can you
Heap
say
of everything
100%
that's
confidently
made.
that this is not a scammer business?
But I mean,
Trent?
at least trash heaps are like you can recycle
I mean,
shit
honestly,
from trash
can you?
heaps.
Because it
Can't
looks, it
recycle-
sure
you
looks
can't
like a
recycle
fucking
shit from
scam.
that hoe.
Look at this. This is their
maybe
address.
it's not.
This is their
Yikes.
address, you guys.
You're okay. Listen.
This is their headquarters.
Holy
Let's
fuck.
go
Back to.
Holy
It
fuck.
doesn't.
This is a shed in the fucking ash woods
Okay.
somewhere.
That's an issue you bring up overall. It's not an issue you bring up by lumping the people in and painting them as evil or some shit. I don't know why
What?
you're doing this.
Wait, what?
No. They're in a
This is
shed, you guys.
crazy to me.
They're in a shed. This is their headquarters.
Wait, I'm confused. That's
This is important.
I want to understand what XQC's argument is there.
They're in a shed.
Because XQC, it seems
I'm sure
functionally
every
like you've been
fucking offshore
defending
company
that
in
for the
the United
past
States is
hour
in
and a
a shed,
half.
too.
Do you feel
I'm
like
not
that's
defending anything
appropriate?
you brought up. This is some
defending
virtue
anything.
signaling bullshit.
You're going with the wrong things to get at it.
We started this with streaming on Twitch to children. Then once we said we have an older audience, we've moved this. We have suddenly shifted this conversation to an entirely different political
No, those are
fucking
multipliers
stance.
that make it
And
worse.
it's the weirdest shit I've seen in my life.
No, those
Like,
are
this is some
multipliers
bad
that make it
faith,
worse.
Virtue signaling bullshit.
Train, it's all bad.
Oh my God.
Train, it's all bad. It's all bad, but this makes it doubly bad. Do you understand? Like, there's a difference between like something is bad, which we all agree on.
Everybody with half a brain knows that these
the Kiriko company is tied to the real name of the owner. Do you understand? It's tied to the fucking know your creator.
Nobody cares.
It's tied to everything. There's no shady back end shell company hidden.
I know someone who literally went to jail for this, by the way.
There is a history. Follow the breadcrumbs. You'll see a history of the businesses of everything.
It used to be based out of these companies used to be based out of Cyprus. Some of them still are, and based out of Israel. Some of them still are. Now they moved into Curacao because I guess Curacao has less restrictions. That's why they do it.
This is steak. This is the address on the bottom of the...
But there's a reason why they have to do it out of the shed in Curacao, and that is because...
Whoa, what's that?
Listen.
What was that?
You are using hypotheticals
What the
and
fuck?
circumstantial
That was crazy.
bullshit. You're saying because they're in this, it has to all be a scam, rigged, shady. It is unfair. It is fucking bad faith, and you are virtue signaling. We started this argument off of something entirely different. You sat there together, circle jerking on a podcast, talking about the health of kids. And now we're talking about the location of
No, I still agree with that point. I never backed down from that point. I still agree with that.
Legitimately licensed. This is what we've moved to.
I love Tyler, I love you, but listen. I never backed away from that point. I never backed away from that point. I still think it's bad.
Some petty shit. Some petty shit.
You of all people, didn't know that. Dude, why did the argument go all the way over here? Like, what is this whole systematic thing? All of a sudden, you're just lumping everybody in. The problem that we're having. The problem that we're having.
Put the shed aside, and I just have one question for Train.
Oh my God, Merv!
Say on your streams that I.
What do you want, buddy?
If I was
Huh?
a big streamer.
Do you want something, Mervy?
I probably have. Yes, I've said a lot of things on my streams, and I've grown up, evolved, and changed. Have you not done that? I'm sure you've had instances in the past where you've said very harmful things.
Why did you change your mind?
And now you've changed.
Wait, do you think it's harmful to say you wouldn't do this as a larger streamer?
God,
The difference is one is demonstrating
giving an
growth.
example. People's perspectives change. Things change. Right?
Hey, let me heal you, bro.
We'll do this as a big streamer.
Bro, let me heal you.
I
Trips.
got a love for it. I
Trips.
enjoy gambling. That's what I do on my off time. So now I do it on stream, and I know I've catered to a older audience. And as long as I'm responsible and transparent, which I am, which you've admitted to me being, I do it. The fact you keep bringing that up reflects it reflects envy more than it does facts. Me taking $1 million and using that $1 million on top of my funds is irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Okay, I have to. Can I say something here, Ethan, really quick?
I'll enjoy any hobby if someone pays me $1 million. I'll go fucking croquet with my grandma. I don't give a shit.
Ethan, hold on. Let me ask a question here.
Yikes.
My question is this, okay? Do you feel like you adequately defended the prior points about like addiction and how this promotes addiction? And do you think that's why we're like moving away? Or do you think we're addressing every single deflection that you've brought up so far, demonstrating that why these are multiplyingly bad and worse when you realize that it's in fucking Curacao and this is what the headquarters looks like? Because that's what's going on, but you make it seem like we're running away from the original argument.
The reason we're running away, Hasan, is that we are only everybody's forced to go at your pace. You fire 20 shots, bang, very small shot at the bottom of your argument, right? And they're all really damaging, and you're lumping us in with all the evil people. And every time we bring that up, you downplay its importance. Oh no, these are specifics. Forget about that. And next point. Oh no, no. It's not about that. It's about the bigger picture. And you're pushing up further and further to other topics.
All right, bud.
Because we have
I'm coming.
Because you're downplaying the good points and overplaying the good ones.
I'm so confused. There is no good point to promoting gambling on
The one
on
about the
stream.
alcohol was a good point.
He gets paid $1 million. That's
We
the
see the way.
upside.
I think alcohol promotions. I think alcohol promotions are also bad, but a varying degree of bad, considering that you.
The degrees of evil.
What's up, buddy?
This is why the slippery slope argument is a logically fallacious one. Now, do you understand why? Do you understand why it's a logical fallacy? Because I'm giving you tangible, identifiable reasons as to why a certain thing is bad, and then what you are doing is what is known as whataboutism, okay?
What?
By saying, what about alcohol? Which then I describe exactly how that's different. So then you want to tie it back to. So then you want to tie it back to gambling. I already gave you clear and concise examples of how.
You big baby.
No,
I was dreaming about you last night, you big baby.
Twisting
I'm not. I'm just retelling your argument.
Big baby.
Shut the fuck up!
Sheesh. Talking about XQC, X getting mad.
The argument we had to play in your favor. It is not how we went to that point at all.
I don't know what you're referencing right now anymore. I really don't know. I'm sorry.
We went to that point because initially we were talking about the promotion of a vice or something bad or illegal.
This is where millions and millions.
Wait. I think you misunderstood. There are vices. It's like saying doing a fucking sponsorship for a sugary candy is bad because of the consequences of diabetes. Like heart disease kills millions of people. That's a terrible argument to make. I mean, sure, that's still bad, but there's varying degrees of bad. There is a reason for why we hold specific vices to a specific value and regulate them appropriately, and that's because they are incredibly damaging and very hard to moderately enjoy.
Dank fur. Look at you,
especially for a lot of different people.
You little shit.
Run out of a building like this.
Give me a minute. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, I'm talking to Hasan.
Pog, it's Banksy.
No.
That's the company you're talking about that you're showing.
Is it based in Cyprus too, by the way? Because I wouldn't be surprised.
Yo, we have a valid point. We have a valid point for once, and you guys are misguiding the decision to a hut in Cyprus or some shit. We're talking about a real point.
You guys ever heard of that
and you're
place?
showing me a van from fucking Cancun or some bullshit. I don't give a shit about the hut.
I do.
No.
I love the hut.
We're not there yet. We're already talking about something.
The hut.
Okay, then buy the hut. Buy it.
I could. I mean.
Yeah, buy it.
I will. We should buy this hut. But go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Hey, Hasan, what I indicate to you, I simply point at the fact that I thought it was slightly hypocritical, right? That in the podcast that I wasn't in, you were with somebody who did a paid promotion for alcohol, right?
How do you get that
you were sticking only on the fact that promoting gambling is also dangerous and bad, right? When I made the link because the promoting alcohol is I think also bad. Both destroy childhood, families, people's mental. People die from multiple suicide from all those things.
I agree.
I think it's a decent it's a comparison that draws a good picture. That's as close as it gets. And I thought
but you're not addressing the. But I know. Okay, fuck Miskiff then. He's wrong. He's wrong for doing alcohol promotion, right?
Fuck it. Thank you.
Okay, but that doesn't change the main argument that we're having, and I don't even fully agree with what you're saying as far as like alcohol promotion. If Miskiff was getting fucking shit-faced, he would get banned off the platform. Like that would be entirely different if he was like, I love alcohol. Like, listen.
I can hear the chings.
And promote
Yo.
the level of alcohol consumption.
You can hear the chings.
You're present gambling.
That's so
as
funny.
Black and white.
Oh
and
my
no
god.
Degrees, then you did the same with alcohol. Black and white. No degrees. Don't give me shit about. Oh, he's passing out. What is the
Because I think
dying on a stream from the slots pulling out of my arms? What are you on about?
Because I think I don't have the same opinion on poker streams. Maybe if you knew that, you could turn around and say I'm a fucking hypocrite for that. And the reason for that, even though it is still gambling, is because the subsidiaries that you have to utilize are, in most circumstances, legal ones. Okay, if it's an illegal one, that I would have an issue with that as well. And the reason why I don't feel the same way about slots as I do about poker, for example, I'm giving you.
It's happening again.
Baby.
You're
raining at the hut.
You're hiding at.
No, I'm actually telling you that there are different degrees in bad behavior and promoting certain vices. And I'm trying to describe to you by showing you the boundaries of my moral system so you can understand where I'm coming from. Do you get what I mean?
Okay. What if I gamble unpaid for $10 on stream?
Off stream? What?
No, on stream. I gambled $100 on stream, and I gambled.
Gambling
right?
on stream routinely. Okay, this is you are talking about an extreme circumstance to make it seem less innocuous to a bunch of people who cannot comprehend how bad this is. It would still be bad. It would still be bad. Even if you gambled $100 or whatever the fuck on a casino stream, it would be bad. But if you understand that it's still bad, then you should be able to comprehend why it's so much worse when you're gambling $1,000 a hand.
It's bad. That's fine.
Things are
but
black
do
and
not,
white when
do
it
not,
shoots you.
do not.
Go ahead.
If you listen, I said this to Ethan in the beginning. If you're gonna say it's bad, you have every right to, and that's fine. The problem is, in the beginning, this was used, whether it was you or whether it was Ethan, in order to start this entire show off, right? Petty tactics were used, insinuating that we are all scamming, rigging, and involved in the beginning, and we're selling it to children. That's what it started as days ago. Do you understand?
That's a multiplier. Yeah, that's a multiplier.
No, but you cannot bundle us up in there, and then now that we're here, say it's none of that. But ethically speaking,
am I missing a point? Because I haven't backed away from a single claim. So I'm
talking about Ethan. How this entire thing started. You understand?
I'm in the bro. I'm at the hut in Calco, bro.
See, in 2012, Ethan, this kind of stuff would have worked, but we're in 2021. People are a little smarter, like doing these little charades.
I'm not backed away from a single point. I don't want to relitigate this.
Back away from every point. This entire fucking show.
The whole point is that this is the place you say is legit. It's in a fucking hut in the middle of some goddamn country
I'm saying
I've never even heard of. Dan's well educated. He doesn't know.
The place I'm saying is, listen, I'm saying the gambling streams I do, XQC did. Those are legit. Do you understand? We're not sitting there playing with fake money. We're not sitting there fucking scamming and rigging. I'm losing. You're basing everything off of a clip of where I win instead of watching my 20-hour fucking stream. That's what I'm saying is legit.
I think you're hyper-focusing on, again.
Things that, no. These things that you're grasping at about other countries, where they're based, I don't know what the fuck or how the fuck.
Wait, Ethan, I think, that's not my statement. And I personally don't care about that. I think my opinion is broader than that. It's completely irrelevant to me because I never made that statement and I don't really care. I understand why someone could make that speculation given how gambling operations have worked previously on the internet. I don't think Ethan ever said that either of you guys are like personally involved in stake in a similar capacity to like the CSGO shit. And I'm not very familiar with the CSGO stuff in general, so I would never have been able to make that comparison, right? Because I don't even know what the fuck that is. So having said that, the arguments that I've made have not been addressed, or when addressed, you agree with me. It seems like both of you do, that gambling is bad, okay? That it's very irresponsible, and it leads you to like $2.3 million losses. And I personally think if this kind of behavior is so destructive to the tune where it's like it makes you 15 times more likely to commit suicide, it's the most suicidal prone addiction out there. I think that promoting that to an audience, no matter what their age is, is harmful. Promoting it to a younger audience that is impressionable is even more harmful. Promoting it to a younger audience that's impressionable through a website that is regulated is still bad, but unregulated because they're based out of Curacao is the worst fucking thing you can do. That's my argument. So I've addressed every single point that you have made so far.
I have an older base, 100%.
Does that make sense, though? Do you guys understand? I want to make sure that like this is as clear as humanly possible.
12-year-old PG-13ers. That's all I'm saying.
Hasan, I never argued against that.
Okay, so we have no disagreement then.
This podcast has been like a 3v1, and Train already knows my stance about Gamba. I'm already kind of against him. I know people keep thinking that I'm like defending Gamba. I was only in the first place to stop stopping from people from lumping us with actual scam lords, I think it's kind of unfair.
Murphy.
I don't like it.
Don't you even? I just said to go outside. I know you don't want to go poop outside. That's what it is.
Why is it that all the videos?
I got your back, dude. If you want to go poop outside, I'll get your back. I'll let you go poop, dude.
Oh, this is.
I know you don't want to because you get freaked out because you might get got. But I'll get you back.
My channel is Trainwreck's TV.
I won't let anybody.
Train TV highlights.
Yeah, that's not me, buddy.
I won't anybody. I will not let anybody investigative pop on top of you.
Really fucking
good.
Step it up, producers. Come on now.
I said let's
really fucking good.
Guys,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Producers, step it up.
It doesn't matter.
Losers.
You also pin your wins,
right? It doesn't matter now that he's wrong, but when
no, it doesn't matter because you still already pin your wins, and we're talking about your streams, dude.
Yikes.
These are the clips people are watching. It doesn't matter that they got it wrong.
By the way, Train TV highlights. Train TV is not me. No, it's not me. That is not me.
Well, you should remove those videos because it's putting out the wrong impression of you, dude.
Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck.
Train. If this argument was just about wins and promoting wins, then you could potentially make this a counter, right? But even then, even if we are exclusively talking about the promotion of wins, like you talk about chasing that win, you pin your wins on your chat when people use the command to see how many wins you have thus far, or if you're up or down. So obviously, you do understand that it's a motivator because it's content. Ultimately, it's content, right? It's good content. When you're losing, you're an underdog.
It's not about content. It's not about content. I do it regardless. Do you understand? If I was at 1,000 viewers, I'd do it. This is what I do. Why are we pretending like this thing happened? I've been gambling since the beginning.
No, I think it's content. It's compelling too. Like I think it's compelling content. Don't get me wrong.
Do you understand? It's not the primary reason. It happened.
That clip channel promotes the same concept that we were promoting, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is I didn't do it for the content aspect.
Train, that clip channel literally proves the same argument that you yourself have made over and over again. The clippable moments are your victories, and that's what people care about. That's what people gravitate towards. If you were losing all the time, it still wouldn't matter because no matter what happens, you're ultimately going to win. And even if you were losing all the time, people are clearly still getting on board and signing up for the website or gambling more on that website after watching you. And that's precisely why they're paying you $1 million a month. Like, look, I think getting the bag is one thing, right? And by the way, it's not a bad thing.
They are losing money, and my affiliates show that. They are losing money on me. They pay me because if I'm going to go live, they want it to be on their site. They find it more damaging if I'm on another site versus being on theirs. Do you understand? They don't pay me because I'm bringing them money. Do you understand?
How are you not afraid that you're going to make more train wrecks out there, by the way? Like, that's my point. People love you, dude. They look up to you.
But if you're going to give that argument, Hasan, I need, like XQC was saying, I need consistency amongst everything, across the board. Not just this that I'm involved with and XQC's involved with.
I think I am pretty consistent. People call me a virtue signaler all the time for this reason. I literally had a conversation personally with Yasuo when he asked me. I personally told him, no cameras, no nothing, like that I think what he's doing is wrong.
Where is it?
It's on my stream. It's just a goof.
Where is it? Let's take a look.
Is it not on the screen?
I love him, but I think what he's doing is bad.
He's trying to find it. It's just.
Do I get it if my item buffs get me there?
Not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
I have to assume, right?
I'll keep it $150. Like, no cap. Those motherfuckers ain't watching me. If they're watching me, they have a parent right behind them, and that parent is a fucking idiot.
I'm just kidding. I don't think 5-year-olds are watching you. Just an image.
There's no shot.
Thank you. Peace and love.
It's funny.
But at the end of the day, I think we are having we are not going to see eye to eye on this one, you know, and I think we've all presented our positions on this. I think if I can make some conclusions that we've drawn, we all agree that gambling is bad. There are different degrees of badness. You know, someone like Aiden Ross, who's not even playing with his own money, who has a younger audience.
I mean, by the way, you also have clips on your personal channel that like show you winning $400,000 and, you know, this last minute bet saved me a lot of money, which is fine. Like, you know, you show that doesn't make it worse overall. My point is that like it's all bad.
I tell people not to post this shit at all.
Okay,
my main YouTube should just be my content, and that's it.
Hasan, I went to your YouTube, okay? I watched your party highlight. I saw you drinking heavily. I went out there, I drank as much as you did, and I passed out. I was blacked out.
You saw a party highlight where I'm drinking heavily? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, it was a joke. It was like, dude, like, where are you going with this?
Dude, come on, but like,
if that's something I did, I mean, if it's not a hypothetical, then yeah, I would want to fix that. I would not want to have that up. I think that's actually not good.
Okay, so be just as vocal and consistent across the board on all those matters, and get into a podcast with your two friends, and let's do 100,000 viewers stream of each of them.
Just because I'm not passionate about every single fucking thing bad happening in the world doesn't mean that I can't care about what you're doing.
When you use
wrong.
the example of care about kids,
yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why you guys are.
When you use kids,
guys are just
you should care across the board. Did you not?
I do talk about a lot of these issues, by the way. I literally do.
We're not. We're not
you
going
didn't
to
see
agree.
me talk about a lot of it. Yeah, the other day on the podcast that you wouldn't let me in about the alcohol promotion. You weren't very vocal about that one, were you?
In 30 years when I'm
there in
gone
your
and then
face.
talk to Train.
Were you, Mr. Hasan?
Until I've criticized every fucking issue in the world, I have no
No,
moral.
if
I
you
have
make
no
your primary
ground to
focus
talk
about
to.
the kids, then yeah, I would like to see alcohol
Okay, I'm gonna
against
go and
alcohol
save the kids'
sponsors.
store
Yeah,
so I can talk to Train in 10 years.
100%.
Okay, but you understand that.
I mean,
you
it was a
have
great
not
advertisement for
Is there one
gambling.
person in
Successfully.
the world qualified to criticize you, Train, by that metric?
What was that?
Is there one person in the
Basically,
world
Ethan
who
and
is qualified
Hassan
to criticize
wealth
what you
shamed
do?
the
think I'm
entire
allowed
time
You're allowed
and made
to criticize
incredibly
what I
bad faith
do
arguments.
when you're using fucking facts,
attempting to
not some
say
bullshit
like,
about scam,
where'd
rig,
my
and some
linen
trash.
go?
Do you understand?
I thought I had a
You're
linen
hyper
thing.
focusing on the
Exactly.
scam rig trash shit. I never made that.
Let me reiterate
Oh, well.
this. People
Not
that
talking to you,
like
Hassan,
Gamba, that like doing that content, and that are doing it,
These
and
regen
who are
potions are
promoted
hard.
to do,
Listen,
who
we're not
are being
gonna-
I
paid
don't know
to
where
do
the
it,
fuck they all are.
will be continuing to do it regardless of my opinion, yours, like, until
More
it is
people are gonna do it
outright
if you're doing
banned.
it.
40
More
I
people are
can't
gonna do it if
do
you're
it.
doing it. Your fans are gonna do it. He's making $1 million a month. I don't care what you do with that $1 million. If you happen to spend it on
I'm
gambling,
actually
that's
down.
just-
I'm actually down $1.5 million, but thank you.
Hey, you get out of my way, punk.
Listen,
Get on this table. Duel me.
if you guys
Duel me,
push your
bitch.
affiliate
Fuck
code,
up.
I'll give
The
you
table
a
would.
stake.
Duel me,
Let's go.
bitch.
I don't want it.
Duel me.
Go, let's go.
Someone-
Duel me.
Don't talk.
Steak?
Don't.
Oh, hell no.
Look at this.
Motherfucker, I-
This pylon's
I
mine.
don't
That's
want
right.
it.
That's right. I'm cold. I'm chill.
No.
Yeah, I see.
Absolutely
I know I'm not being
freezing.
an asshole. I want you to get paid.
That's right. Look at me. I got a pompadour.
This is the
Really weird.
headquarters.
What do you got?
If you try,
ain't got
if
shit.
this is the place where you want
That's
to put
right.
your money, right behind me,
Never forget.
Yeah.
Charmhole.
Steak.
Twitch.tv. Bitch.
and play with the likes of Trainwreck, and get a huge, well, not a huge return. You're guaranteed to lose your money from the
What are you doing?
from Train himself, from Trainwreck himself.
Checkmate.
That's what I say. Yeah, you will guarantee. You guarantee to lose it.
Guaranteed to lose your money.
100%. Yes,
there.
you will lose.
Right into this shed.
Wait, why did you feel weird about plugging something that you get paid to advertise?
I
Yeah, why
don't,
is that weird?
because I
Dude,
don't
it's on
like.
your screen
I
every
don't
time
like.
you stream.
Because
It's
I
on
don't
your
like
screen.
affiliate codes. I don't like it. I
So
think
why is
affiliate
that
codes
But
are
you
weird.
have it on your screen, dude.
Yeah, it's on my stream for people who
okay,
are
guys,
gambling.
you're being ambiguous about this. It's like if somebody was on this podcast saying, guys, look, guys, I drank GPR. Guys, get code XQC. Like, dude, it's like, dude, it's just weird. Like, you're,
Come on, bud.
you're like,
What's that?
yeah.
Okay,
I
then
don't
why
know.
does he? Why did Train say? Okay, that's one thing. But Train said he doesn't like affiliate codes in
I
general.
don't push my
I
code.
get paid a lot of money, but I don't
Your
like
code
it.
is there
It's
for
like-
people who gamble already, that are degenerates like me, and they can. That's it. I don't push it though. I verbally tell them not to gamble all the time. Right now, what you just did right there, Ethan, has pushed it more than me in 3 months. So congratulations.
Yes, I'm sure the people that watch you day in, day out are not using the code that's explicitly displayed on your screen. They're not using it versus me pointing at a shed in the middle of fucking nowhere saying this is where it's located. I'm sure everybody's running to go sign up for steak. It's located in this fucking shed. I'm sure I'm doing all ton of damage to the youth, the people of America.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, I really want to reiterate because I think people are really not getting. So my points and my stances. This is like an opinion and a degree thing, but I agree. Gamba bad, shouldn't do it on stream.
Yeah.
It was very damaging. I think most people will agree with that.
Agreed.
Even I did it, and I agree with that. I get it. I was rooted mainly in this idea. Gamba content because I'm enjoying it, and whenever I'm enjoying something, chat enjoys it. I enjoy doing it, and I love doing it. Okay, I understand the impact of it, and I more understand it now. But I really wish that even after these experiences, you guys didn't lump people like me with legitimate scam lords.
Hey,
and
perhaps this
scum
is why
lords.
no one mentioned your
bad.
name originally when we were talking to Aiden, and you thought we were talking about you and got mad and got offended when no one was talking about you because you already have admitted all these things.
I actually don't think I said anything really bad
The
about
only time
XQC to begin
XQC's
with.
name was brought up was when I was talking about normie streamers. When I said XQC is the biggest streamer on the fucking platform, are you telling me that he's a normie streamer to misgive to make fun of him for sucking off Aiden Ross? That is the only time your name was brought up, and that's precisely why I'm very confused. I love it. I love it because it's good content, but I'm very confused as to why you got so personally mad. Trainwrecks, understandable. Ethan brought up Trainwrecks. Understandable that Trainwrecks is mad. You just added yourself into the conversation when no one was criticizing you at all.
I never accused you of spamming anyone, dude.
I think what we call it, what we call this in the Among Us industry is self-report.
No, I'll tell you. No, real quick. XQC, real quick.
You set up this report because
Being sussy as fuck right now.
You created an unfair scenario maliciously where
100%.
3v1,
I agree.
3 analytical individuals would fire shots at Adin, some 19-year-old fucking basketball.
He wanted to come on. He wanted to come on. We weren't gonna fucking talk to Aiden.
It wasn't like a big old. Dude, it wasn't just a mastermind thing. He wanted to call in.
You fuckers. Okay, listen.
Are you saying Mischief is analytical, by the way? Because that's hilarious.
Dismantle them one point at a time, leaving no points for any intelligent counter-argument, and you purposely locked me out of it.
Do you think this was a better? Do you think this was a better defense of cryptocurrency streaming in your mind than what Aiden did?
Announcement, guys. If you head on over to stake.com, you can use code H3.
No, but like for real.
We received our affiliate code today. You get $500 free if you deposit $10,000, and you can play in this shed.
Okay. Here's the thing, though. Like
wait. Hassan.
What's up? Head on over to my stream. If
Real
you want
quick.
to
So
use code H3
so after being here, right? Here's what I've learned.
I'm not defending anybody. If you're
Here's what I've learned.
don't get to lump everybody in and using Aiden as a focal point, aka sole representation of the Gamba. You don't get to do that.
But you already apologized for it. You were in the same boat as Misgift, so I don't know why you're still mad. No one was saying you're in the same boat. I don't know why you're still defending it. Dog, you literally, no one lumped you in. You lumped yourself in, and now you're mad and digging yourself a larger hole because you're making it seem like you're defending cryptocurrency gambling.
I was the short end of the stick.
Oh my God.
Okay, all that big titles, put my name in there, I always get lumped in it. And when you guys put lies or things that can be disproved, right? And the only person who can disprove that when I'm being lumped in is Aiden. It is out for bad faith.
Bro, you literally, we never had this conversation with your name involved. I don't know why you're still on this. Okay?
Here's what I'm upset about. Let me tell you.
We literally never brought you up in that entire conversation. Go watch the entire thing.
Real quick. Okay, drop that.
It's the truth.
Here's the problem here. He said his conclusion, his concluding words all same.
I know. I'm so great.
At the end of this entire conversation,
you're welcome,
we came to the conclusion, right? That gambling is bad. Yes.
Use code H3.
So what does that confirm to me? Exactly what I've been saying. This is all for the fucking show. Because the way this started wasn't we think gambling's bad. It started with...
No, it was. It was. I've been saying it for months.
It started with the most scum lord of shit ever. It started with scam, rigged, and children specifically.
I'm going to lose my mind.
That's where it
guys.
started. Hasan, not you. Hasan, not you. I'm talking to Ethan. Ethan's shots to me. Not you, Hasan. Ethan shots to me before your fucking podcast. Do you understand? I'm not talking to you, Hasan. I'm talking to him.
All interesting, valid points to make.
He started with children. He started with scam and rig toward me. And now that we're in the call, all it is we think gambling's bad. So, so here is the conclusion. This was all done to sell a show. No, this was done to sell a show. It was done promulgating. It was done for relevancy and your introduction to Twitch.
Obviously prove that
that's what it was done for. And it's fucking petty.
Is that you obviously, in the absence of having absolute proof, I am only, I'm guessing based on my experience and knowing about unregulated industries that it's possible to doing those things. It's definitely interesting and worth bringing up. Obviously, I'm short of having fucking evidence, again, of being in this shed, which is in the middle of Cow. Then what's the point of it?
You didn't talk about it like you were short of evidence. You talked about it like it was fact. You understand?
Go watch it again.
Okay.
Yeah. Go watch it again, and meanwhile, I'll watch your 12-hour stream where you're 20-hour stream where you keep saying don't do this with the code on the
I never mentioned the stakes, by the way, but also, I think the stakes don't matter because ultimately, what is going on? I mean, the stakes is a multiplier. If the stakes are fucking, you know, gamed in your favor, if they're juiced up, then it's really scummy. But ultimately, people see your wins, and they are a significantly better motivator than your losses. Your 19 hours of losses are a deterrent. Okay, that's my point, and that's been my point.
I just love how all the arguments here are like pointed out.
Doesn't change. They're all relevant.
Holy fuck! All right,
Yeah,
well, hey
I
guys,
know. It's
good
hard.
talk. It was great meeting you, H3. Great meeting you again,
It was
Hasan.
nice meeting you. Thank you for
Great
calling me.
meeting you again,
No problem.
Hasan.
Yeah, and XQC, it's always a fucking pleasure. Hey, you let me know. Send me a picture of that cock again. Hey, I need some material.
Yep.
Hey.
I know sometimes you're waking up at night.
Yeah, I
and
need some
then
cock. Hey, just send
3
some
a.m.,
dick
4 a.m., I
pics.
got you.
Hasan, hey, now that I know you're circumcised, my man. Listen, send me some of those too.
Okay.
H3, it was a pleasure. Later, guys.
You're a good
Wait, are we done, actually? Are we done? I don't want
mother.
to leave. You guys are still here. Are we all done or no?
Well, I mean, I think we've talked this to you know as much as possible. This
The fucking
conversation
bomb.
is probably done.
It's just that, listen, I kind of wish I could make you guys understand this without sound like a fucking victim or whatever, but it's just because when there are certain points that are clumping everybody together, whether it's me, Train, Adam, right, and they're legitimately wrong, and it pushes a narrative that bites me in the ass every day, all the threads, and it's like, oh yeah, but him too. It's a recurring thing.
Okay, but then get mad at those people. Why are you getting mad at us? We didn't bring you up.
No, because okay, you not bring me up doesn't do shit. If you say something that isn't truthful,
Well, dude, it makes everyone look bad. It does. I don't know what to tell you.
yeah, it does, and it legitimately sucks. That's why I want to put a stop to it.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
fair enough.
So we,
You hear
we
me
agree.
playing with
And
Murphy?
for the record, I don't think you've been scamming anybody. It's great that you realized that this was a bad thing and you stopped. And I'm glad
You know
stopped,
I
and
was,
think that's
bro.
awesome, because it's hard to say no to that much money, right? And so it takes a lot. It takes a lot on a personal
Dang,
level
they're still talking
to
Gamba.
Say no to $1 million a month, right, or $2 million a month, or whatever Aiden's getting. And so you know you did the right thing, and that's great. And I think that
Okay, fair enough.
that I'm totally. You know, I think it's great. What can I say? I think you're good. I mean, you did it. You realized it was bad. You moved on. That's fine. You know.
The difference between you and Mizgiv though is that Mizgiv is not like coming on to be like, I'm gonna debate about still like this gambling site is not a scam or whatever.
No,
the
but
fuck.
when was Miz brought up and lumped in any articles or media
I
pieces
did.
in
I
the
brought
past
him up
weeks?
yesterday. I said
Yeah,
Miz used to gamble. What do you?
That's
What do you have to?
that's you. Something
like
that
they
is
just- they don't
recurring.
flag
If I find an opportunity to put a stop and try to give it a good explanation of why it's not a certain way, right, and it's not a complete scam lord shit, then
It's
I'd like to have a
possible, but I
chance
don't
to.
think you're scamming. This is the hut, by the way.
I like the Hope channel.
Not pointing to the hut, dude.
Insane. Seen more legitimate fucking headquarters in
I mean, they probably have one in
I can't
Cyprus
name
too.
it.
Trust me. Like that doesn't really. It's just like someone can have a legitimate business and still be a scam.
Okay, I'm not saying anything, okay, but you of all people should know, okay, that don't like in 99% of fucking billionaires have all their shit routed through the fucking through Belize and the Cahiman's Isles or
Yeah,
fucking
and it's really scummy
Monaco
because
or something.
yes, less restriction, less financial regulation and restriction. That's precisely why they do it. Just like
You
the
know what?
reason why Stake is not fucking headquartered in Canada and instead is headquartered in fucking Curacao is that exact same reason why billionaires fucking route their money through that. And that is incredibly indecent, and I'm fully against it. I would throw all those motherfuckers in jail if I had the opportunity.
XQC, I think you're great. I think that you did the right thing. I don't think you're a scammer, and I think you're a great guy. I think you're funny, and I like you.
Okay, thanks. It goes both ways. Sorry if I
Oh.
tell you guys if I say
Well, this
you
is
guys,
awkward.
Felix.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, fuck you, Train.
This is fucking awkward. Am I
I'm sorry,
not gonna get any likes?
I'm sorry that I said you guys fuck you guys or you're an idiot. Okay, it's just how I
That's
work
fucked
sometimes. I go overboard. I apologize for that.
Fuck you, bitch. You never respond to my DMs, and you
I would've
fucking
loved-
act
I
like I
would've loved to
don't
compliment.
respond to your DMs.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, Train, I hate to say, but I don't like that you're still doing it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but you can still say that you like me.
And to be honest, I don't know you
Fake
very
news.
well, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I don't have confidence.
He's so. Oh my god, that's so
I'll tell you what,
rude.
you have a really
Damn.
beautiful voice.
Thank
He's
you,
shitting
thank you.
on him.
See,
That's
see
crazy.
how great that was? It was that
like
simple
your
and that easy. How about my jawline? You like the jawline or no?
I'll have to do some further research before I comment on that.
All right, I'll tell you what. When you tune in today, if you like the jawline and Twitch Prime sub, and if you don't, then gift 5 subs. So I know what your answer is.
Okay, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Something tells me you don't need that sub money though.
I do. I'm down. Son, I don't know why you're laughing, my man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
There's someone that doesn't get the sub money.
do you know why I'm laughing? Because,
none of us
dude,
here do,
because
please.
I have a fuckload of subs. I literally show it on the corner so that no one misunderstands my financial predicaments or financial circumstances. Part of that offers me the freedom and security to never take on fucking things that will hurt my audience, that I will engage in like marketing that I feel like is bad or damaging the audience. So that's precisely my point. So yes, you are correct. I don't need it. I don't need it at all. Okay.
I mean, listen.
We're in the
I'll tell you what.
We're in the.
I'm beholden to my audience, and that's it.
If you teach, so I'll tell you what. I will not gamble on stream for 6 months. If you can teach me how you can preach distributive wealth, and your goddamn chat's the only one distributing their wealth to you. You teach me how to do that to my chat, and I will happily stop for 6 months.
We'll do it.
Okay. I'll make a call. Love you guys.
All right.
All right.
See ya.
Bye. Love
Okay,
you.
are we shutting off the Discord? Hold on.
Yeah. So anyway, Hasan, thank you as always. Love you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Thanks for bringing on the call, man. Good job, guys.
XQC was great meeting you.
Hey, what are you doing?
And obviously I have no hard
Purple
feelings.
stinks.
I only have positive feelings for you.
Yeah, that's alright. Well, I'm glad you didn't go out there and say some bullshit and whenever there were like points where they were kind of shaky, you know, you gave everybody room to go back and forth, you know, not some fucking bullshit. That's reasonable. I appreciate that.
I think you're smart. I think you're cool, and I wish you the best. And I hope we can talk again.
Yep. So likewise. Okay, man. Okay, guys.
All right.
Have a great day, guys. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Oh, that was a roller coaster, huh? It was a roller coaster, wasn't it? I did not think that we were going to actually end up like I didn't think that Ethan wanted me to come on or would have asked me to come on. I probably wouldn't have. To be perfectly honest, look, I still like XQC. I still like Train. I think Train is a fucking interesting character. But I think what they're doing in the case of Train and what XQC was doing was bad and wrong, and I've been saying that for months. And I've been very consistent about it too. So I don't know. I don't know why people are like, well, what about this? And then what about that? What about alcohol stream? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now I know why Train was defending. Oh my god. We just found out something incredibly important about the hut that this gambling operation is based out of. You can't even make that meme anymore. The motherfucker lives in like a mansion now, dude. He lives in like a Vancouver mansion or whatever the fuck it is. I don't even know where it is. Bro, those are facts. Please set up a new debate in a week or so. Doesn't seem finished. Great job, though. I still don't understand XQ's reasoning for defending this shit, though, especially since it was already behind him. Yeah, I don't fucking get it. I literally do not understand why he is, like, attacking this and functionally defending it. I don't understand it. I get why Train would defend it, because he's doing it. He's in the middle of it. But I don't know why the fuck XQC is. Oh, did I call it? The payment agent is in Cyprus? Of course it is. Boys, this is how it works. Rubrit headquarters are in the same fucking location. That's crazy. Yeah, this is their actual license. It's out of wait, how do we say Curacao?
Curacao. Shit, bro. Are you serious? Come on.
I mean, they do this on purpose. Curacao? Curacao? Oh.
Damn, dude.
You seem to be arguing with you in bad faith. I mean, it fucking doesn't mean anything. Everyone debates in bad faith.
How did I get booted after that?
The mansion signifies the evils of gambling and how you will never win. That's where all the gambling websites are based off of. I relapsed, no joke. It's fucking embarrassing. I didn't even know how these online casinos existed until late April from Train. It's ultimately my fault and I'm back in my program, but it's fucked. Yeah, it's fucked up, dude. It's fucked up. It's so easily accessible too. It's really bad. I think one reason they don't see it as an issue is because it's legal for them to do it in their country. It's not! It's literally not! That's the point. It's literally not legal. That's why it's not in fucking Canada. That's why it's not based in Canada. That's why it's not based in a state in the United States of America where legal sweepstakes are allowed. That is precisely the problem. I think XQC uses his name in clickbait titles saying he scams came to you guys instead of the articles. Yeah, but we never fucking said that. And I also personally think that, like,
No,
if he
I wanna watch him
recognizes that what he
die.
did was wrong and stopped it, then what the fuck else am I gonna do? Kill him? No, dude. No, Pepega Andy, you need to build a fucking time machine to go back in time and not do it. You know what I mean? I can't believe I just ate this food. It hurt his beefies? Like, yeah, I know. Anyway, Curacao isn't just some random country. It really is not as bad as you guys make it out to be. Dude, shut the fuck up. The reason why all of these things are set up in Curacao and other countries is not because they're like bad. It's that they're beautiful countries half the fucking time. But they're basically like plantation subsidiaries of imperialist nation states. They're like vassal states that you can transfer all your fucking funds and hide them through. We're talking about it from the point of view of like doing illegal or illicit activities. And I said that about Cyprus too, motherfucker, and Israel. Israel and Cyprus are literally also routine offenders when it comes to this. Like, Israel and Cyprus are the fucking Virgin Islands of casinos. Malta too, that's another place. Yup, Malta. Dude, next time someone says you had a different opinion on gambling before you're going to lose it and destroy the burning cutout. Anyway, yeah, they're laundry islands, exactly. Anyway, does Cyprus make any money from this at all? I don't know. Let's do fucking LSF now. Let's take a look at what the fuck's going on in LSF, and then we'll get back to some other shit. God damn, dude, that was fucking heated for no reason. I mean, I think I kept my cool, but the moral argument doesn't really apply here, though, man, especially when considering the biggest regulating gambling platform is promoted 24/7. Stock market, and the very platform you're on promotes gambling 24/7, which we all know don't lead kids on the morally correct path. Wait, what? You're doing the thing again where you're saying, like, well, bad things are also happening outside of this, which means that this bad thing is also acceptable. Okay, let's take a look at this. H3h3 fine stakes HQ. I mean, this was such a fucking...
Yo! Look at this. Look at my screen, you guys. Trainwreck. This is their
that-
headquarters, bro, on Google Maps. This is where...
Give me a second here.
No, this is important. This is where State Casino's located, you guys.
Oh my god. See.
How have we gone from the argument of kids promoting and catering to kids, and now we're talking about crypto? Oh,
This is the
you got like
Can you say 100% confidently that
shit.
this is not a scammer business, Train?
Yo.
That was nuts. $298 comments,
fuck
dude.
off,
What
bro.
the fuck? Brain went from steak is legit to why we changing the subject.
Yeah, we get it. Good job, man.
Oh, no. Listen to virtue signaling shit. The Dutch owner wanted to build it in the Netherlands, but they were out of land, so we had to build it in Curacao. And they ran out of euros, so they had to be based in crypto. Nothing shady. Hey, come to Curacao. Hey, come to Curacao. Curacao got more fucking hype in this broadcast.
Yeah, great job, dude.
In this like
Epic Poggers
quadruple stream than it ever has in its entire history of existence. Okay, like literally, Curacao is popping off right now. Okay, all 1,200 people that live on the island are like, yo, what the fuck is going on? My ears have been ringing all goddamn day, dude. That's crazy. Curacao is a unique Google car and a cool language called Papiamento. That's pretty chill. The New World Beta is currently breaking EVGA 3090 graphics cards for everyone. Frying mini streamers graphics. What the fuck? Dude, what is going on with this beta? I have another 3090 that's an ICX version that played for 15 hours. It's not dead. Anyone knows exclusive? What did they do? How did they build this? Train reveals how much money he gets paid by sponsors. This was insane.
I get paid, I'd say, well, right now I'm down. Right now I'm...
How much do they pay you as a flat fee every month for fulfilling your contractual obligations?
I'll probably get in trouble for releasing it, but I'll tell you, $1 million. $1 million a month. And I'm down 2.8 million.
That's still insane, dude.
This month. So now you can see how degenerate it is. It's bad. And I don't push my... I get paid, I'd say, well, right now I'm down. Right now I'm...
How much do they pay you?
Dude, that's nuts, dude. Ethan fucking came on the platform for like 3.5 minutes and he's like literally just a wrecking ball, dude. Also, because like nobody gave a shit when I was fucking criticizing and complaining about this. Bro, he could afford that house in LA in a few years. Just locked in our new office. Oh, this is Miskiff level, dude. That's actually hilarious, bro. Okay, good job, OTK. God damn, they're fucking funny. That's a fucking good one, dude. That is an incredibly good one. Jesus fucking Christ, what must XQC be on them? Because he got, what, 3 times trainwreck's viewership? Was he holding 3x trainwreck viewership while he was doing Gamba? This is not an out for XQC, but I know his fucking
great job,
degenerate
guys.
mind, okay?
My camp's right here, so I'm just gonna respawn right here.
The money certainly motivated him, but more than that, absolutely more than that. You know what fucking motivated him? That this is good content that's gonna get a lot of fucking views, okay? 1000%. Motherfuckers were gonna click on him to be the top of the directory. It was gonna move him away from fucking GTA RP, Sleeper, like she was having fun with, but it wasn't the same.
GG's.
And that's